Didn't announce it. There we go.
Otherwise,
We now have two-party consent.
there you go.
Tell it again, but
Yeah,
then
tell
make
the
it funny.
joke for all those millions of people who are going to hear this forever.
Oh,
After.
okay.
But
So
make
I,
it funny this time.
okay.
Okay.
So
Richard just said he's having trouble getting in, so they're gonna come join me here.
I heard you were going to visit a psychic, Vincent. Is that true?
I did go to visit a psychic, but had to leave.
Why?
I rang the doorbell and the psychic said, "Who is it?"
That's better. It was
I think
better.
it was better the second time, yeah.
Incredibly spontaneous. That was wonderful.
Rob
Yeah.
does acting. He did that
I
really
think
well.
everyone that goes to a psychic should refuse to pay when they're done, and the psychic should be okay with it, because obviously they knew it was gonna happen,
That's true.
and they went ahead with the reading.
She knew that.
And I was gonna go to get my
And the
head
problem is
shrunk
people
until I
don't
saw the
agree.
sign on the door.
I was thinking it was gonna be easier.
And what did it say?
Right.
Psycho the
There
rapist.
we are.
Psychotherapist.
Yeah.
Psychic.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
I've
Like
never
Celebrity
noticed that
Jeopardy.
before.
I've never
Ooh, that's
noticed
just-
that.
Really?
Really?
Oh,
wow.
that's
a-
Psychologists all know
That's
that.
that's an old joke
It's an
Wow.
old
Haven't you ever
joke.
seen like
to the
Celebrity
extent that it's a
Jeopardy
joke.
with Sean
Hey, Gail.
Connery? I'll take
Gail.
the rapist for 100. That's the
Rapist.
therapist,
Okay.
Mr. Connery.
Hey, Gail's got people here. Can we introduce, can we see them?
Yeah, Shippy's coming. They're having trouble getting on the other computers. I don't know what the problem is.
Did you say the
maybe
magic word?
Maybe during the break, I'll go and help them. Because they're in the other room.
We see half of
But this
someone.
is Richard
Hi
Hi,
there.
Richard.
Hi, everybody.
and his wife Chippy, who was my college roommate
Oh,
1960s year ago.
Wow.
1965. We were roommates in Stony Brook.
we're all stressed out because we heard that your category is going to be really like something else, and we're not really sure what to think of that. I don't think it's going to be cartoon characters or anything like that. No.
No, it's not going to be anything you're expecting.
Like the Spanish Inquisition? Is it going to be on the Spanish Inquisition?
No one ever
Plenty of
expects the
torture
Spanish
there,
Inquisition.
Yeah.
Nothing to be afraid of regarding.
How about most popular fast foods in 1965?
Ooh, how about college? Oh, I
Maybe
know.
shorter
I got
list.
it. College mascots. That would be
That's a
horrible.
Remember when you used to play hot and cold as kids?
Yeah.
You're freezing.
Yeah.
Well, that was my goal.
Oh,
By
that's
the way, Susan, I have been telling both Chip and
Richard.
Rich that that about the gorilla skeptic. I've been thinking about asking you about getting trained because I'm going to have some free time after a couple of months, and I was telling them about it, and I think they might be possible recruits.
Ooh,
And what you're going to like about them, especially,
they speak another language.
both fluent in Spanish and French.
Oh, muy bien. Juntos si se puede.
Buenísimo.
Well, you can combine them too. And
tell
it's
me that.
mucho bien.
Well, that'd be great. We sure as heck need it. Boy, Spanish is messed up as far as the Wikipedia is such a mess. French isn't as bad as Spanish. My gosh. Yeah, we'll get started training any day now. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go.
Okay, I just told Susan that you tell him they're just coming in now.
Okay,
Well,
let's
during the break, we'll see if we can set you up there so it'll be more comfortable. Because we can
Yeah,
hardly
get you all
sit
set.
in here, but
Yeah.
we'll manage.
You go.
No, that's better.
Can we meet Chippy?
All right.
How about they just sit on your lap?
Well, we almost have to because unfortunately my desk means that there's very little maneuvering room. I have this L-shaped desk that we're sitting at.
Can you turn your camera a little bit? It's your
Yeah,
laptop,
that's a good
right?
idea.
Here.
That is a very good idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Wow, because that's what they pay me the big bucks for.
I guess so. That was a very good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody witnessing that? I had an idea. Chippy.
And that is Richard.
And you spell your name Chippy, Chippi?
Hi.
That's clever. Is it a nickname?
It's my great-great-grandmother's name, but they made it American, so my name's Carol. My legal name is Carol.
When we shared a dorm room together, we had a picture of two chipmunks and it said Chip and Gail. on it.
Oh,
Ah.
I thought you were Richard's roommate.
God.
No. I only met, in fact, even
No,
though
like that
I have
anymore.
talked to them for years, I only met Richard this weekend
Right.
Oh,
in person.
We haven't seen each other in 30 years, about.
wow. Well, this
Although we kept
pandemic makes it
contact.
feel like it's been 30 years since I've seen many people. Well, I hope she's warned you guys. We are all actually nice people, most of us. And we've been
Except
getting
for the-
along pretty well for a while. And the big challenge is at least half of us are going to be all in the same place at the same time next week. And it's kind of scary if how we're gonna do. We might not be. Hi, Robin, by the way. I had dinner with Robin last night too.
You think a spontaneous trivia game is gonna break out during the opening reception at SciCon?
I really doubt it unless I start reading off of categories. I have nothing written. Okay, so let's start making these categories. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go and of course, how it always works where people come and go. And I don't see Caspian here yet or Karen, but that's not unusual. I know they're adults; they'll be able to figure it out. And Deborah will be here along in a minute. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna send you off to your rooms. I think whenever we get back from our rooms, before we do our names, Vincent's going to take a few minutes and tell us about what happened at the funeral that he went to, or the wake, or whatever it is that they had for Larry. And
It was a funeral.
it was a funeral. Okay.
It
Then
was.
he'll tell us about that, and then we'll go into our game after that. So all the new people will have to bear with me, and we'll take care. In fact, Gail, you might even use that moment if you want to go and run over and see if you can figure out what the problem is with their internet getting in, because I'm sure
It's not going to be that fast, so I'll do it during the break.
Okay. All right. So let's go to our rooms. Let me put you in your rooms really quick, keeping in mind that the people there will be more people here, and some will be leaving and some will be joining. So we're going to start off with Karl's going to be first. And then we're going to put Gail is going to be in running room 2. Caspian's room 3. Mike, you're in 4. There's Mike. I'm glad you guys aren't all named Billy Joel this week. That was a nightmare last time. And Karen's everybody having a bunch of people having the same name. That was crazy. And then we've got Karen's going to be in 5. So let's put him down here. Gail, Kevin. Okay, yeah.
He's never narrated this before to me.
I know you guys are learning more. Faith put Romero in there too. I mean, Romero put Faith.
The first time we see the process.
Well, I'm going to put. I think Ben's going to be in charge of the things next week. So I wanted him here early so I could show him how to do all this stuff. I assume he'll figure it out. If not, you guys all have to be patient.
He said he should be here soon.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to put Robin down there. And we'll make it up as we go along. That's how it works. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Romero, put Faith in there, please.
Oh, I think we're taking off.
Oh, you are? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right.
We just
Okay,
wanted to
take
say
care.
hello.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Be good, Romero.
Bye.
Hello, can you hear me? I can't hear you, Susan. You're muted. You're muted.
It never sounded better.
There you
go. I understand you're going to be helping us out next week,
go. I am.
running the show.
I can try.
Okay, so what I did is I have made you the co-host tonight, and I
Okay.
will. And what I did is I also sent you access to the spreadsheet,
Oh, nice.
so you can.
Cool.
I went through and I've made the next week's category, the everything. And there's one category in there. It says a tab at the bottom. It says future trivia. Don't look at it. It's where I've written all my trivia ideas as I'm going through. So just leave that one in. Don't look at it. Everything else you can.
I'll
play
make a
with.
copy of it. Don't worry.
Okay, no problem. So I can see you come in too. So that's the thing. I can see what you do. So I've done that. And when I so I'll let you kind of handle seeing how I scored or whatever. So you might want to open it up and watch today how we do it. One of the things I was doing a few minutes ago was talking out loud about how I make the rooms for the people. You know how to make breakout rooms, right? And all that. Like
I can probably figure it out.
Yeah, you make the
I've
breakout
moved
room and
between
then move
breakout
people
rooms
around.
before.
I move them around.
Yeah.
So I try not to put I wasn't bugging her. I try to work it so that there's a good variety, but everybody's, there's going to be half the people here next week. So it's hard to say. What I'll do is I'm going to on next Thursday, I will find a place, I might be in a place where I just kind of just run it anyway, but I won't be able to have access to the spreadsheet easily because I'll be on my little laptop. Well, it's not that little, but anyway. And so you want to kind of think it through that there's some people that leave early. So you don't want to stick somebody on a team with nobody there. And I try.
That'll probably be the hardest because I don't know if I remember everybody that leaves early and the people that don't. So
yeah, well, they'll tell you could say, hey, you guys, who's probably going to leave after round 2. And
don't fill a room with all people that are leaving early. Then that room will be
and you
gone.
might only do 3 rooms. I don't know. So you want about 5 people per room, and that would probably be about right. I think they said there's going to be about 15 people here. So I think 5 people in a room and 3 rooms would probably be a great idea. And then look at personalities too, to make sure you're not putting 2 people butting heads or a room of a bunch of introverts all together. I like to try to put introverts and extroverts and all that, kind of mix them up a little
So
bit.
much thought that goes into your rooms.
There actually is quite a bit because I'm a social person and I'm a manager of people. So I like to manage people. Bob always.
You're a people person.
They say. So Bob always joins with his alter ego.
Yeah, yep.
That's Cat. That's right there. So always put Cat and Bob in the same room together.
Right.
Otherwise you go.
Yeah, I've been in rooms with Bob a bunch, so I'm familiar with this other device.
So I'm trying to think, is there anything that you might want to know? I made you co-host tonight, Kyle. There almost always people join late, but then almost the equal amount of people join early. I mean, leave early too. So it kind of works itself out. And
Are they just deciding on team names right now? I'm not like missing
they're
categories,
doing
right?
team names. I'm going to give you the
Okay,
three.
cool.
And then after the team names, we're going to come back and Vincent wants to talk about what happened at Larry's funeral. Now, he told me first he was going to take 15 minutes. I said, you're getting 5 minutes. So then we'll go into the game. So that's
okay.
So go ahead and go to your room. They just got there. So have fun.
Oh, okie dokie. Thank you.
Caspian will be there in a minute when he gets here. They'll freak, there's hardly anybody in there.
Okay.
And they're coming back. Somebody's on mute, and it ain't me.
Susan, did you work out with Kara what you're going to be talking about, or are we just interviewing you?
You're doing this. I'm just gonna show up. You tell me what to do.
Okay. Well, she's the one who organizes all
I
this.
know, but what is it? What does it matter what we're gonna? She doesn't need to know, does she?
Yeah. No,
Why?
we have a document that we read from in the beginning, and then we have something which what the speaker's going to be talking about. So yeah, if somebody's doing a presentation, it's different than if someone's just going to be interviewing. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm relying on you.
Okay.
And I need to chat with Sterling, I guess, to talk about the room situation.
Hey, Susan.
Yes, well, that'll be fine. Yes, Vincent.
What about Sterling?
I think
We're being
I'm
reviewed.
gonna room with Paula, and Sterling's gonna take the room that I reserved.
And I think I've got a roommate for him too.
Okay, cool.
Yes, Vincent, or what was that?
I said, apparently we're being recorded.
Oh,
Right.
Again.
We would have been very sad if you hadn't said that.
I know, that's why I did it.
I know. Okay. I have to put the name in again because it goes away when I leave.
The ambulance was here earlier, so
ooh.
yeah.
Because
What?
Because why?
Oh, I don't know. The ambulance is here a lot in this building, so
Oh,
We know
Really?
that. We
the
know
type
that
of
that is
building
not
it is.
place.
I didn't know Karl has two sides to his face.
Is it Vincent, gunshots or stabbings?
No, no.
Or very
or
elderly
old people.
Old people.
There's a lot there. This building that I live in is kind of special
So
mental health. So usually it's people that are in distress of some sort.
Wow.
So like
So for the person that was unaware of Karl being bilaterally symmetric, I have actually seen Karl in person in 3 dimensions. And you don't always see him from the side. It's
I used
really
to
quite
think it was a
remarkable.
Harvey Dent situation.
Harvey, what?
Who's that?
Harvey Dent.
Who's
Yep.
that?
My first thought after that statement was made was, Karl, you really should have a Phantom of the Opera mask so that you don't see it when you're in your side profile. And then when you go to do your category, you have the Phantom of the Opera mask on. That would be
That can be
perfect.
arranged. You can use a magic marker. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different this time. We're going to start. Vincent's going to give us a few minutes of his time that he went to Larry's funeral, and we're going to hear about that. Then we're going to do category names and move into our game. And so Gail's friends, Chippy and Richard, just bear with us. We had one of our team players, people who person who played for a very long time, 30-something games, who died recently suddenly, and so we're just kind of going to be talking about that for a minute.
I'm a friend Larry.
Funeral. Our friend Larry, yeah. So he went to the funeral. We just want to hear what happened and all that. So Vincent, it's all yours.
Okay, so, and the reason why I could go to Larry's funeral is because Larry lives in the same city that I do.
Oh yeah,
or
Calgary.
Alberta, Canada.
That's probably important to the whole story. Yeah, okay.
It is. That's why I could go to it.
And not anybody else.
Yeah, so I was super scared, super nervous. It was a small funeral home, very little parking. I was very lucky in that the parking that I got, because I was one of the last 2 spots. So I met with Neil, Larry's son.
Is that the one that came on and told us that he had died?
That was the one that came on, told him died. I did, amazingly enough, volunteer to talk.
What?
So yeah,
Wow,
I
that's
actually Yes, I actually did volunteer to talk. I told them that I was a representative of the trivia group, Thursday night trivia group. I said that he was also part of the Atheist Society of Calgary, which some of them knew already. And there were a few people there from said group. So I was not the only one from the group that went there. There was also from the Humanists Society of Alberta, I think it's called. Can't remember the other group. Anyways, there was 3 groups that I kind of represented, and made a little speech. And mostly I just talked to Larry's brother. So, and I didn't know, I thought it was Larry's wife that had dementia. That's not correct. I was wrong about that. It's actually Larry's brother's wife
No, they both have it.
had dementia.
They both have dementia.
Do they?
Yeah, they both have it.
Oh, okay. She
They
didn't
both
look.
do.
She didn't look like she did, but
Hmm.
okay. But what was funny was there was this woman that came up to me, kind of introduced herself, and she said, "Oh, I'm from the United States, and I'm so happy that there's another atheist here," and and it's like, oh, okay, that's like she was just so enamored that there was like an out atheist. And it's like, yeah, but most of the people here, and the funeral home was packed. There was a lot of people there. There were a few of them in masks, but you actually saw Larry's mother. Larry's mother was there.
Wow.
She was in a wheelchair provided by the funeral home, and she was 100 years old.
Wow.
So that was pretty amazing in that. It was a very touching tribute that some of the people made. There were some people that actually sang, and there was the urn that Larry was in, so he was cremated. Cremation is very popular in this city just because it's so cheap. There were so many people there that they actually opened up another section of the funeral home to accommodate everyone for seating and that. So, and it was mostly Larry's brother, which I can't remember his name, but I do remember that he was on one of the nights.
Oh, he played trivia with us once?
Yes. Yeah. Do you not remember him? Yeah, he was sitting with Larry one time. Yeah, I do remember that. I
vaguely
just can't
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what night it was, but I do remember it. And yeah, and that was it was fascinating by the end of the time, because then the others who knew me came up and talked to me while I was talking with said woman, and she was like, "Oh my God, there's another one here and another one." It's like, wow, you must be in a place. She must have come from a place to where you wouldn't dare come out as atheist or
Oh
something.
yeah, there's places like that. Did they say anything about, I don't know, did they say anything about how Larry liked trivia and played or anything like that? Or
They said that he was as smart as a whip. He would argue with some people. They said he was very much an atheist. That's why they didn't have any kind of they wouldn't have had any kind of religious fervor there, but they didn't. They didn't even have an officiant there. It was all done by Larry's family. There was no officiant. There was no, like, the funeral home themselves. But what? The funeral homes themselves put on the water and coffee and tea and stuff like that. That was all provided kind of thing. The family paid for it, obviously. They don't do it for free, but it was all set out and everything like that. And
If anyone serves water and coffee at my funeral, I'm coming back from the dead.
Just
It's gonna be
wine.
margaritas all around, people.
So did they say anything about, did they know that we had recorded a lot of the sessions of trivia and that they were available for them or anything like that?
no, so what I did was I took the picture from Facebook and actually posted it onto the funeral home website. And the funeral home put it on a picture screen to where they just kept going through different pictures.
So we were all there.
And that was, yeah, and that was one of the pictures.
Oh, how
So
funny.
Neil himself did see the picture, because he has to kind of okay anything that gets posted onto the website kind of thing.
Course, yeah.
He sees that and he says yay or nay. And he said obviously yes to that picture. So of course there's the picture of all of us saying we miss you, Larry, on the screen. So, and I think I did see it. I think I did see it go up just for like a second, but there were many pictures on the screen. So there was lots of pictures that they scrolled through. But and there were some tears. There was some people with masks, and it was fascinating. I'm glad that I did go in a sense, but then I'm also glad that I left early, and I did, because it was a very long drive across the city to get to the funeral home. But
Well, thank you so much for going, Vincent. That was great of you. It was good
oh,
of you.
you are so welcome. Like,
And
you
it was
are-
good of you in many ways.
Yeah, you are so welcome. I'm glad I did it. I wasn't the only one there that I didn't know anybody. And what was good about going and speaking up is I'll never see any of those people ever again.
Oh, you may find.
Who cares?
You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
They'll be at your
never
next
know.
atheist meeting.
Don't ever say
Ah.
never.
They might show up at
know.
trivia.
I doubt that,
And
because
and this is what I really want to know, Vincent. Did you tell a dad joke?
no, of
You didn't
course,
tell a dad joke? Oh, come
No.
on, Vincent.
no.
How could you
I'm so
resist?
disappointed. You
I
better go
did-
back.
I did tell a joke, and it is on the website. It's on the website for at least 90 days. So if you wanted to see me, I am on there. I was recorded.
Okay, put the link so we can look at it later. But all right, so
Okay,
that's enough. Thank you. That was amazing.
all right.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
For doing that, Vincent.
Thanks, Vincent.
Okay, here comes Zeke, just in
Are
time.
welcome.
So let's get on with actually, I felt kind of pretty nice, actually, to be able to have that. It's been weeks. So hi, Zeke. So here we go. Let's do team names. One of my favorite parts of the whole caboodle. So team names. Team number 1. Whoa! Cindy, Karl, Peggy. Who are you tonight?
Peggy. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Can you spell subpoena?
No, because they keep changing the spelling.
No, because
Yes.
it's Trump. It's because it's Trump.
Okay, Gail, Kevin, Vincent.
We are hurricane travelers in honor of the fact that my two guests left Florida just as the hurricane didn't hit the one place in Florida they were.
Oh my gosh, they might follow you there.
Is that how you spell travelers?
Yes, you
all
mean
right.
TRAVELLERS.
ORS?
What?
My spelling is atrocious, but that
Nope.
looks weird.
That is wrong.
That is wrong, yeah.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God,
One
you guys
L.
are already starting. We got brand new
Really?
people there.
Really?
Vegas
Like
spelling.
ER?
One letter off.
Welcome to
Come on.
Skeptics Trivia.
I said 2 L.
TRAVEL.
So just change it to, can you spell travelers?
OURS.
All right, you guys, be on your best behavior now. Come on.
It's now there twice. You can pick whichever spelling you want.
Okay, that's half the fun. Here comes Janine. Janine said she might not stay late because she's got 1,000 things to do because she's traveling. She's driving to Saigon. Okay, room number 3, Benjamin, Bob, and Terry. And Cassidy will be there eventually.
Peggy didn't even mention Angela Lansbury.
Oh, I know I was going to ask if Peggy had mentioned Angela Lansbury.
No,
Peggy.
wasn't me.
I liked
Sorry.
Angela
So
Lansbury.
she was mentioned the other week when the movie Gaslight with Ingrid Bergman came up.
That is
Did
true.
Peggy mention her?
No, I mentioned her.
If
She
I
was
had
the
it to
actress-
do over, I think I'd call our team Trivia She Wrote.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
You could do it for another day. Okay, Kyle, Leonard, Mike, and Ron.
A 14-and-a-half-year-old diabetic cat.
Oh, that's really uplifting.
Type 1.
There's the link to
Type 1 cat.
All right, thank you, thank you, Vincent. I'm going to copy it. And put it
It's
in.
not too late to change your team name to Trivia She Wrote.
Good one.
That's a good one. I like it.
Okay, Jane, Rob, Robin, and Karen.
We are International Skeptics of Mystery because today is International Skeptics Day.
No way.
So I hear, yeah.
Are you
See,
sure?
Susan's skeptical about that.
Yeah, I
Wait,
don't know.
put
about
it in
that.
put it in the chat, please. Okay, so I've got Zeke, Janine. Hi, Janine. And who was the third person who came in late? Okay, well, we're gonna put Janine over there.
I probably can't stay the whole night. I still have work to get done, but I just got the CT12 submitted.
Oh, very good. That feels
Oh,
good.
yeah, I've seen that.
There it is, Rob.
Oh, Rob put it up, or is it? Okay, and then Zeke is the other one, right? Okay. All right. So, oops, I spelled your name Zeep. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so here we are tonight. I hope everybody who is not going to PsyCon does not get sick and tired of us talking about PsyCon, because we're all the people who are going are excited, and the people who aren't are like, I'm sick and tired of hearing about this. Sorry, we're going to be talking about it again in another week. So next week we have decided that we're going to put on we're putting on trivia because we're not going to miss a Thursday. Darn it! I don't care if the sun closes down or something like that. We're going to have a Thursday trivia. So Ben has offered to handle the tools. I'm depending on what I'm doing on Thursday, I may show up. Maybe some of you guys will too. It's hard to say what's happening Thursday, but I really doubt it. I'm going to be here long enough to turn on the Zoom, and I might even tell Ben early, hey, here I only have a little window of time. And if it's not Ben, it might be somebody else. I'll ask and I'll say, I'm going to give you the power. Don't close Zoom. And then and I will give you the hosting powers. And then whenever they leave, then we'll give it to Ben, or I don't know. You guys will figure it out. So before we leave tonight, I need to know who's doing categories for next week and the week after that. So put a bee in your bonnet.
Put me down for next, the one after PsyCon.
Okay. So let's get started tonight, and then we will have some, who are you? Oh, Rob. Okay, got it. So we'll have some game tonight. So tonight we're going to start off with Karl, followed by Gail and friends. And we have two guests. This is Richard and Chippy, who will eventually move over to another screen eventually. They're friends of Gail's from college, haven't seen each other in 30 years, and she just met Richard this weekend. And then Caspian, who isn't here yet, then Mike Wolf, who's got a category for us, the end all categories, he says. And then Karen's going to do bonus, who's going to be joining us in a little bit. So let's start off with this. I'll run through the names. Here tonight on the week of game 130, right? 130?
129.
Oh, 129. Oh, I wrote all this on the wrong stupid thing. Okay, on 129, we have Can You Spell Subpoena versus Hurricane Travelers versus Peggy Didn't Even Mention Angela Lansbury versus the 14-and-a-half-year-old diabetic cat versus International Skeptics of Mystery. Whoa, man. Anyway, okay. So game number 129, season 3, episode 20. And Karl, I give you the comm. Ben's in charge of throwing out any trolls. And we're set.
Oh, that means Ben's gonna throw me out.
You're not a troll.
All right. The category is TV show opening narrations. I will give you some of the opening narration from a TV show, and you need to name the show. If you see the ellipses enclosed by brackets, that means I have left out part of the narration. All right.
Any questions? I'm muting in 3, 2, 1.
All right, number 1. The year is 1987, and NASA launches the last of America's deep space probes. In a freak mishap, Ranger 3 and its pilot are blown out of their trajectory into an orbit which freezes his life support systems and returns him to Earth 500 years later. Number 2. All irregularities will be handled by the forces controlling each dimension. Transuranic heavy elements may not be used where there is life. Medium atomic weights are available. Gold, lead, copper, jet, diamond, radium have been assigned. Number 3.
Sorry.
It was the dawn of the third age of mankind. It's a port of call, home away from home for diplomats, hustlers, entrepreneurs, and wanderers. Humans and aliens wrapped in 2,500,000 tons of spinning metal. All alone in the night, it can be a dangerous place, but it's our last best hope for peace. Number 4. And they were each assigned very hazardous duties, but I took them away from all that, and now they work for me. Number 5. The hippest trip in America. 60 nonstop minutes across the tracks of your mind into the exciting world of Number 6. A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law. Number 7. This is the story of two sisters, Jessica Tate and Mary Campbell. These are the Tates and these are the Campbells. And this is Number 8. This is my boss, a self-made millionaire. He's quite a guy. This is Mrs. She's gorgeous. She's one lady who knows how to take care of herself. By the way, my name is Max. I take care of them both, which ain't easy, because when they met, it was murder. Number 9. He is believed to be dead, and he must let the world think that he is dead until he can find a way to control the raging spirit that dwells within him. And last, number 10. There's nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling the transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. And there we go.
Very good.
There's the 10.
I had déjà vu.
My team should be guaranteed at least 1 point.
I know which one it is. And I bet you nobody else has that point. How much you want to bet?
All right.
Okay, let me
In the
add
room.
Jean, Deborah, and Zeke. Okay, Deborah, Janine, I said I was putting you on 1. Zeke, I said I was putting you on 3. And Deborah, you're gonna go on 2. Everybody got it? Okay.
Hey,
so
it's just you and Carl?
No, Cindy's supposed to be on this team.
Yeah, Cindy's supposed to be in there.
She was coming over right now. She was just trying to find it.
Because I'm only here for a bit.
Oh, we've got more people.
I'm still in my work clothes.
I'm lucky I'm not in my pajamas. I managed to take a shower about an hour ago.
So how many do you know, Susan?
A few.
Besides for sure number 2.
I know a few. Not many, but we'll be right. I'm waiting for Cindy. Where's Cindy? Okay, there's Cindy.
There's
Waiting
Cindy.
for Cindy. Okay, so I'm not in charge. I'm just a traveler here.
Okay. So the year is 1987, and NASA launches the last of America's deep space probes. I don't know this one.
I'm not sure either, but I remember something in Farscape. I think the main character was flung out of orbit or something. He was doing if you heard about where you start going around in orbit to get your speed up to go out to deep space.
He's got
But I
glasses
don't
there,
really
so
remember if they opened up with a narration or not.
What
But
was it
he
called?
winds
I
up-
didn't even hear the name. What's it called? Farscape?
Farscape.
It's our first guess. We'll keep it until we get a better one.
Okay. Are you writing it
Yeah.
down or? Okay.
Number 2, all irregularities will be handled by the forces controlling each dimension. That's the one you know, Susan. What is it?
Sapphire and Steel.
Of course,
What is
because of
it?
the dynam, radium, etc.
Which one is it? What is it?
Sapphire and Steel. He put that in there intentionally, knowing
Yeah.
that I would be on his team, and I feel a little honored.
And
I
it's
get
such a
questions.
giveaway given the
Never heard of that one.
last sentence.
Oh, it was a sci-fi film series that Mark and I, Jennifer London, Jennifer played on
The woman in ad
Wheels
Fab.
on Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show. Anyway, so a long time ago, we've talked a lot about sci-fi in trivia, and I said to everybody, you got to watch Sapphire and Steel. It's amazing. It's only one show. It's really old and obscure, and I loved it. I thought it was great. But anyway, so Karl, with the memory of Karl, can remember anything anybody has
remembers.
ever said. Remembers that I said I really enjoyed it. Okay, there's mine. Give me.
It was the dawn of the third age of mankind. It's a port of call, home away from home for diplomats, hustlers, entrepreneurs, and wanderers. I don't know this one. It is another sci-fi one.
I have no idea.
Humans and aliens wrapped in
It can be a
2,000
dangerous place, but it's the last best hope for peace.
I'm gonna let George out of his box. He's tearing it up. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ask him if he knows any of these.
Maybe I should bring John in. He's busy making us refried beans for the trip.
Okay.
Supposed to be salt-free refried beans, and he put a carton of chicken broth in, and it wasn't even low
So
salt.
it's salty then. Okay, so
Yeah.
the next one, and they were each assigned very hazardous duties, but I took them away from all that, and now they work for me. Is that Charlie's Angels?
Is it sci-fi?
No, I don't think these are sci-fi.
Yeah.
Peggy, do you think
Oh, from
number
a
4
TV show.
is Charlie's Angels?
Yeah, that's what I had. I think that has to be it.
Just
Well,
that
they
part
don't
where
have
they
to.
all work for me now. It made me think of it.
Yeah. They work for me now. And the narration thing, that's a famous
Yeah.
show with narration.
Okay, the hippest trip in America, 60 nonstop minutes across the tracks, reminded of the exciting world of, is it the Mod Squad?
The exciting world of. Well, it could be.
Where I saw one episode after somebody mentioned the show, and it seems like it might have been an hour
Just
long.
trip.
Sure went on forever. I don't know.
World
What
of-
else was hip? Oh,
Yeah, what's hip? 60 nonstop though, nonstop minutes.
they might have just said
Mhm.
that.
What does that mean? I mean, no TV show has nonstop minutes.
Maybe it's on PBS, but not even their shits are 60 minutes long. Just
Yeah,
not
they're always-
commercials.
The Mod Squad would fit in that ellipse really well if they said the hippest trip in America, 60 nonstop minutes across the tracks of your mind into the exciting world of the Mod Squad. I mean, it kind of fits. I don't have a good
We'll
answer.
pencil it in. We might come back because the ellipse might mean one word instead of two, since there's only.
Well, could it be a nonfiction show?
Yeah, anything's a TV show.
And anytime I have a bracket with ellipses, it could be one word or it could be an entire sentence that's missing.
Could be a paragraph. Great.
I think
That's helpful.
let's try the Mod Squad.
Okay.
Fits.
How you guys doing?
No, we're on 5.
We have
Okay.
some guesses.
We just finished 5.
We don't have a guess yet for 3. We have to come back to 3.
A shadow
Yeah.
of light into
We
the
have
people of a man who
3.
does not exist. So young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent to help us. This sounds so familiar.
A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above.
I think you got to do it with a deep voice. In a world of criminals.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those ABC shows that used to
Could
always
it be Batman?
No, it's a young loner. Batman was not a loner, and he was not young. Robin was
In the
young.
dangerous world of a man who does not exist, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause.
The Invisible Man. And it's not this. It's not the guy who's missing an arm.
Let's come back to
The
it.
fugitive.
It sure sounds familiar. Okay, this other one's 7. Now I want to see if somebody else comes up with what I'm thinking.
Jessica
got soap.
Tate and Mary
Oh,
Campbell.
soap. It's soap.
Is it?
Yeah, so
Okay, I was thinking of Big Valley. I was really off.
no.
I never saw
And-
so.
The next one, do you recognize that one, Susan?
Oh my God, this is so familiar. This is he's the caretaker. He's like it's not
Yeah.
husband and wife, is it?
It's Heart to Heart.
I never saw Heart to Heart.
I don't think I
Oh,
ever
I
saw it,
recognize that intro.
but I think there was a Max character in it who took care of,
Mrs. Hart. She's
I think
gorgeous.
it's Heart to Heart, unless somebody has a better answer.
This is my boss, Mr. Hart. Could be. I never saw it, but I do remember the intro. So I'm kind of wary, but all right.
Is 9 Hulk, Incredible Hulk?
Was that a show, TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Eddie's dad was in it.
Yeah, Eddie's father was in it. Bill Bixby was the
Oh
Hulk.
yeah, I remember Bill Bixby, but I don't remember ever watching the Incredible
And then
Hulk.
Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk part.
And then number 10 is Outer Limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, Outer Limits.
Okay, so 6 and
6 and 3, we don't have any answer to.
helpless, powerless in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
That sounds so familiar, but
I know. Man who does not exist. See, champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless.
Should I ask John about 3?
Ask him 3 and
Ask him
6.
about both. Yeah, he might remember.
Oh, he watched TV.
Well, go ask, hurry.
The third age of mankind. That's all I'm gonna remember.
The dawn of the third age of mankind. It's a port of call, home away from home.
Into the dangerous.
So they're on some kind of thing in the space.
Yeah.
And see how they've got the ellipses in there for his name?
Mhm.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm thinking of the wrong one. It was the dawn of the third age of
Third age of
mankind.
mankind.
It's not the foundation.
So whatever's in the ellipsis probably is a dead giveaway for the title.
You know, I struggle on a lot of these questions in trivia, and I struggle, and then I say to myself, I'm not going to know it because I've never heard of it. What did John say?
He said he had no idea, and I shouldn't have gone in and looked what he was cooking.
Uh-oh.
I mean, the point of making our own refried beans is that we could make them healthy and salt-free. And so he poured in a whole box of chicken broth to cook them in. And now he's cooking a bunch of onions in a cube of butter, and they're going to get mashed in. And so I think
Well, they'll be delicious for you.
Don't look.
It just defeated the purpose. So, yeah, he knew nothing.
Okay, so number 3, could it have something to do with wait, humans and aliens wrapped in tons of spinning metal? Could that be? No, it couldn't be Deep Space Nine, could it? That would be a lot of metal.
Yeah, I don't remember they had
remember the
narration in
narration,
opening.
yeah. Okay,
Um,
it's a space station probably.
Right.
A
And
TV
DS9
show
was
about
a
a space. Yeah. Okay. Name
And
a
there
TV
was
show about
some-
a space station.
I think there were some British ones about space stations. Could be even some recent ones done by the streaming channels, like The Expanse. But
so Star Cops was a space station that was floating around, but I don't.
What was it called?
Not the narration for it, so it can't be that.
It was called what? Starway?
It can't be Star Cops. And besides,
Well-
there was no aliens in Star Cops, so no, that can't be.
Okay.
Unless it's, and I don't think it was Deep Space Nine, so
How are you guys doing?
we need 2. 3
You
and
got 2 left.
3 and 6.
Correct.
Everybody else doing?
3 and 6. Yeah, 3 and 6.
How is everybody else doing, Carl?
Several of them are done. 1 or 2 might be in about the spot you're in. You think you need about 3 more minutes?
Yeah, we'll
We're
probably,
almost at a point thinking
realistically.
that we're not going to get these 2.
Right. Okay.
we're just gonna, yeah, okay, I'm
Whenever you
taking
feel
your,
like it's done, just
I'm taking your crazy guess for 3, and then 6 is a man who does not exist, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
What did you say her crazy guess was?
Star Pops?
Star Cops.
Star
but it
Cops?
can't be it.
Star Cops or Pops?
Cops. But it
Pops
can't
with
be
a C?
COPS.
Thank you.
But it can't be because there's no aliens in Star Cops.
Well,
What do you say? Want to say just say DS9 to
yeah, do
have a guess?
DS9 at least.
I think
Okay.
Deep Space
More accurate.
Nine's a better.
all right.
Who Lost in Space? No.
No, because
Lost in Space?
it's a
No, it's
family.
not a
that's
port of
lost in
call.
space. Yeah.
I think we just don't know it.
Yeah, we don't know it.
Okay, number
But-
6.
I don't think we know 6.
Okay. A man who does not exist.
So some kind of crusader.
A young loader on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man.
What was
who
the One-Armed Man show? What was that one called? Was it called The One-Armed Man?
Yeah, that was the fugitive, but
Oh,
he
The
was,
Fugitive.
he
Yeah, the
wasn't
Walmart
like
man. Yeah, the Walmart man is the criminal, the one
the
that
real the real killer.
right.
Okay, so we know it's not the fugitive because obviously the guy exists.
There was one that Ben Gazzara was in the 60s. But I don't think that was the plot line to that either.
What about the Truman Show?
Well, that
Yeah,
was
but these are TV shows.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that?
You know
that
of
was
the
a
Truman
Madam
Show.
Unless they made it
Janine?
into a TV show that I missed.
Janine, you know the
Huh?
Truman Show?
I've never seen it. I have no idea. It's in a TV
Very
show, a
interesting.
movie, a book.
It's a
I
movie.
just had a coworker that talked about it.
It's really interesting. Very interesting phenomena.
And
But it is a TV show. It's
trying to throw something out there that
There you go. Do it with a straight face and we'll be like, yeah.
Well,
we're
I don't know.
being
Do we wanna-
recorded. I forgot.
Do we want to put anything here? I mean, whatever we put, it's going to be as wrong
$6
as
million
nothing.
man? No, it won't be that. It will be, gosh. I'm gonna be bugged because it's so familiar.
Yeah. The last part of that sounds really familiar.
I think it's Batman, even though I know it can't be.
You think it's what?
Batman. Well, I'm
Batman?
only thinking that because he's pretending to be somebody else. It's not Superman, right?
Well, he's supposed to be dead or something, isn't he? I don't know. Well, I'm putting Batman because we got we got
nothing else.
Nothing, honey.
Got nothing, honey.
Oh.
What's the golf course behind you, Peggy?
Oh, it's not a golf course. It's actually just a picture that I took when I went to Spain this month. It's 10 years ago. And I was just looking through my photos for something to put.
Job team.
We're being recorded, Vincent.
You know what? I already
I'll
did
never
the-
end that.
So, yeah.
That was fun, Carl.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, there's
Susan,
several-
I remembered your show, Susan. I remembered it.
Oh, hate you. You knew
I remembered
that
it because we did this category once before. I just couldn't come up with the gemstone, and then when someone said it, I said, "That's it."
He put it.
Uh-oh. Still don't know which one
We
Susan
might have
says.
a 10 out of 10. Oh, that would be amazing.
I'm not so sure about Soul Train. I don't think that is the answer. I don't know. We'll find out.
Craig
shall see.
Foster is going to be at Psychon. He just texted.
Good.
What? Craig
Who will?
Foster. Craig
Oh, good.
Foster. Oh, just
Good.
He didn't
Yay.
think he was going to
Good.
make it. Now he says, "I'm on my way there."
At first, I thought you said, and
Is he leaving now? It's got a long trip.
He's walking.
He's
All
walking.
right.
He's starting now. He's taking his bicycle.
We're starting
Carl.
tomorrow.
So you'll need to stop recording, Susan.
Okay, so we're stopping.
Since I'm going first, I'm using the slightly longer version of the answer session.
At all. I mean, is it just
That
my
was-
memory
that
or
was
were the different
quite a
versions
memory.
of it?
Okay, Carl.
There were several different iterations throughout the course of the show. A lot of
okay,
these
Okay.
over the years and seasons, they would tweak things, shorten them up.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I repeat, I don't remember that for one thing.
Carl.
Interesting thing about the Outer Limits is I learned they were originally going to call it "Please Stand By" and start out with a test pattern on the screen,
Ah.
and they decided, if we do that, some people might get freaked out and think there's a nuclear attack, so maybe we shouldn't start it out that way.
Carl.
Yeah.
Carl.
Yes.
Just for the recording of all the fans that are watching
Yep.
this tonight, could you just run through the 10
Yep,
answers?
I will. Let me go to the thing here to paste the answers in. Are you recording yet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Copy.
Mhm.
So number one was Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Did anyone actually have the full title, Buck Rogers in the 25th century?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I don't know if we wrote it down.
Because that's really what you should have to have a point, because there are other things in the past called Buck Rogers, but this is Buck Rogers in the 25th century. But I'm not going to be a stickler on it. I'll let you use your own judgment. Number two, Sapphire and Steel, which I have only heard about because of Susan.
It's really good, you guys.
Number
Did they
three,
time travel or were they psychics? They did something weird.
it was kind of a
Just
ghost
some sort of
kind
time
of
travel,
thing.
sort of. Yeah,
Is this all
it's good time travel.
I saw an episode where they walked through a wall or something.
Yeah, it's good time travel.
Number,
Otherwise, I
number
wouldn't
three,
watch it.
probably the best show on the list, Babylon 5. Number four,
Yeah, I
of
like
course,
that.
Charlie's
I mean,
Angels.
That's
actually
Number
the best show on
five
the
is
list.
Soul Train.
Now that was worth it just to hear him say that. I'm gonna cut
Six
that.
was Knight Rider. 7 was Soap. 8 is Heart to Heart. 9, The Incredible Hulk. And 10, The Outer Limits.
Oh my God. we gotta
And
get
and
that out of
going
there.
to the how we met story, I have Karl to thank for introducing me to Babylon 5 because we met in college. We had a technical writing class together, and we were on a project together. And he introduced me to Babylon 5, and I'm like, oh hey, this guy likes all the same kind of stuff I do. So, and then we've been friends ever since.
Aw. And he put the link to the show narrations in the chat.
So it's typically Emo's Pizza and multiple episodes of Babylon 5 after we got out of school that day.
Aren't they cute?
I know, bonding
Right,
over
and again-
Babylon 5.
Boys.
It's a great show.
Boys are so cute. Women didn't have a chance, did we? Anyway,
Nope.
next scores. Let's do our scores. So let's start with the International Skeptics of Mystery. International Skeptics of Mystery Day? Is that what it
We
was?
had 8.
All right.
Whoa, nice.
The 14-and-a-half-year-old diabetic cat.
10.
Right here.
Oh. All right.
Hey.
Peggy didn't even mention Angela Lansbury.
We got 9. It was your show, Susan, that we missed.
Oh,
Oh, no.
We had no idea what that show
that's
was.
my show.
Oh, what's your show? Karl said it's your fault that he put that in there.
Oh, Caspian's not going to make it to trivia tonight. He has a category. I just noticed.
Uh-oh.
Short night.
Real quick, let me show you one other thing here in honor of the Hulk.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you know, we of the Christian faith believe that Jesus is not really dead, but that he must let the world think that he is dead until he can find a way to control the raging spirit.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Okay, Karen says she'll be here.
All right, so that's going to demonetize this one.
Okay.
Hate speech. Hate
All right.
speech.
So number Hurricane Travelers.
10.
10.
Whoa.
And can you spell subpoena?
We can spell subpoena, but we only got 6, so we tanked our poor question giver. Sorry, Karl.
But we did get number 2.
Yep.
Okay.
The one he knew we'd get.
Here we go. So team number 3, Bob, Terry, Caspian, Ben, and Zeke. We do not have a Caspian. Does one of you have a category sitting in your bin?
Oh, I do, but
No, but not of those people.
how would we do that? Oh, on that same team is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
Ben,
Yeah.
Bob, Terry, or Zeke. Do you have something sitting in your back pocket?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
You do another 10 of these.
I have a bonus round in my back book.
But
We-
you're not
we-
on that
yeah,
team.
we can do
Okay,
Karl
we'll figure
part
it
2.
out.
It
All
would be a
right.
nice time to experiment with doing fewer categories to end earlier.
Oh, there you go.
What? I might get a night's sleep.
And that team, and Caspian's team won't have the disadvantage of
second
not
that.
having him for their
I second
round.
so
that,
let's
since it's
see. All right.
10:45.
I'm gonna put Caspian.
As always, I have the PowerPoint and the Word doc in the chat for anybody who wants to download it.
Thank you. I already did.
Oh,
Thank you, Karl.
So are we ready for our category?
Yes, you sure are.
Okay, then
Let me give you the powers. I got to give you powers.
Okay,
Okay, you have your powers.
thank you. Okay, our category, and for those of you who are young, I apologize because I hope you remember her, is Cass Elliot. And the reason we're doing Cass Elliot is, and this is the reason I asked to be before the break, because during the break, if you would like to know more about her as we talk about the different categories, I'm sitting next to her first cousin.
Oh,
The reason. So.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was between Cass and a hurricane. You're right. It was between Cass and a hurricane.
Oh,
So that's what our category will be tonight.
And is it CASS or CAS?
I'm sorry?
Cass.
CASS.
Her name is CAS. CASS. So we're gonna unmute, or are you somebody else muting, or am I muting?
Ben's in charge of that.
Yeah.
Okay. I will start putting the questions in then. Copy. the
Muting
first
in
question.
3,
And that's why,
2,
obviously,
1. Don't forget to unmute, Gail.
yeah. And the reason that they are not going to be participating is that they know all the answers and they've confirmed the ones that I wasn't sure about. Okay, question 1. In 1973, Cass Elliot guest starred on what animated TV episode, which was released as part of a collection this year?
What'd you do with my head?
Don't
Okay,
don't
no,
don't
don't
say
say-
anything.
okay.
Don't say anything.
Okay.
What's going on? Why aren't you copying?
I'll come back.
Copy. Here we go.
She'll show you.
Okay. Number 2, what was her birth name? It was not Cass Elliot.
Your device battery is low. For your protection, please place your device on the charger now.
Okay. Question
Is her name spelled Case? C-A-S-E?
C-A-S-S.
That's not what you wrote. Okay.
Okay, it's a typo. Sorry, I missed the typo. It's C-A-S-S. True or false? She died by choking on a ham sandwich. Question 4. She was just honored on October 3rd, nearly 50 years after her death. How was she honored? Okay, number 5. How old was she when she died?
No plus or minus on that one?
No, actually, it's one where if you know the answer, you know that it has to be that answer. And that's a
Okay,
hint.
thank you. That was a hint.
Shh, don't give hints.
Number 6, she did have one child and she was married twice. Name either the child or either of the 2 husbands. Don't talk, they can hear you. Don't talk, they can hear you. Number 7, she used her talent for understanding how voices work together to encourage certain singers to form, I have another typo in there, to form a particularly well-known group. There are 2 groups that give credit to Cass for putting them together. Name either one of them. Okay, number 8. There were 2 Greenwich Village, New York nightclubs where Cass often performed early in her career. Name either one. Number 9. After the breakup of the Mamas and Papas, Cass had a solo career. Her most successful recording was also the name of a solo album she produced. What was that name? Okay. No, we don't want that. That's the bonus. Number 10. She appeared on many TV shows and also did some acting. She was the guest host on one program where she also appeared 14 times. What show was that? And there is a bonus.
She gave us a bonus.
I like bonuses. and it's hard. So it's one of the reasons it's a bonus. There is a weird coincidence about where and when she died. What was that weird coincidence? Okay.
You said where and when? Is it
Well,
where and when or just where?
It's where.
Okay.
Okay, all right, send us to our rooms.
Okay.
Oh, goodness, this is, well, Kevin's on our team. Okay, we're fine. And he's muted.
But I've only got a couple of them. It's tough.
Oh, it is tough. This is the weird part where they get to listen to us discuss this. Okay. So you want to go one by one?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay. What animated TV episode which is released as part of a collection this year? Okay, number 2. It was Cassandra, right?
It was Ellen something, but I don't know her last name.
Ellen?
So we don't know. But
Gail,
they
do you
mean the
want
whole
the
name?
birth name? Do you want the first name or both? Or last name or both? Gail?
Both.
Both.
We're not gonna get it because I don't know it.
You don't need the middle name.
Okay, so her name was Ellen, you said?
Ellen something.
Ellen.
Aaron Allen?
No, her first name was Ellen. I don't know her last name.
Okay, number 3.
She did not die that way.
No?
No, they
See
say
what
that, but
people
it's not
say.
true. They say that she died choking on a ham sandwich, but it's not true.
It was just being mean.
I think it was a chicken sandwich.
No, I don't know.
Oh,
Okay, she was.
I thought that
honored
that's
on
how
October
she
3rd.
died. She did choke on something.
She was
But the
honored-
rumor is it was a ham sandwich, but I was told it wasn't, that it's not true.
I agree. I'm sure it's probably not true.
I think I saw something on TV about her
She
or
had congestive heart failure or something, I think. She had some kind of heart problems, I thought.
a number 4, was she like a Kennedy Senator Honors or something like that? Maybe, I don't know.
You know,
Did they just have those?
I'm gonna call Mark.
Yeah, ask him.
Ask him also to look it up too. No, I'm just kidding.
Sure.
So, Deborah.
Yes, sir.
Before you came on, I did talk about going to the funeral. There was one interesting thing about it. There was this American woman that actually came up to me, and she was just tickled pink that someone that could like.
Okay, Mark's gonna help. Okay,
It could be
how
the,
old was she when she
not gonna
died? She was
help.
27,
It was
right?
27, yeah.
I thought it was late
that's the-
20s, yeah.
It
Well,
could be
that's the
that
hint.
she got a star. She got a star in Hollywood.
A Hollywood star?
Okay,
Yeah.
she married
Sure.
wasn't she married one of the Phillips, Mackenzie Phillip, or she?
Okay, what?
One of
Okay,
the
here's
mamas and
Mark.
papas.
One of them, yeah, I think
Okay, here
you're
we go.
right.
So here's the questions that we don't have an answer to. In 1973, Cass Elliot guest starred on what animated TV episode which was released as a part of a collection this year? Animated TV show that was released as
What year?
73.
1973. God,
Hmm,
that was a year after I was born. So,
I was in college. Was not watching animated things on TV.
He says the Flintstones.
Oh,
Okay.
Stones.
What was her
No,
birth name?
But
that
I
was
think
way before that.
no. It's Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Kevin says her name is Ellen something. Does that sound right?
I don't know. You're
Okay.
asking me.
All right. So
Not
she
my
was honored on
specialty.
October 3rd, nearly 50 years after her death. How?
Star of Fame, Walk of the Star
They
Walk,
named the
you know what I
chicken
mean? Put the
sandwich.
star on there. Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Okay, Hollywood.
The Star Walk, will they give you the star?
Okay,
Put
that
your
makes
name on a
sense. All
star on the
right.
ground.
She did have one child and she was married twice. Name the child or one of her husbands. It was, didn't she marry the mamas and papas, the other guy? His name is Mackenzie Phillips or something like that. Who'd she married one of them, wasn't it? One of the guys?
I think the other girl in the band married one of them.
Yeah, no, I don't know either of those. So sorry.
Okay. She used
I
her
don't
talent.
really want to know these questions.
Oh, come on now. She used her talent for understanding how voices work together to encourage singers to form a particular well-known group. There are two of them that give credit to cast for putting them together. Name one group.
The Turtles.
The Turtles?
Could be. I was thinking Simon and Garfunkel.
I was thinking Lovin' Spoonful.
No, they were in New York.
Okay. There were
Turtles?
two
Are we gonna
Greenwich
go with
Village,
Turtles?
New York nightclubs where Cass often performed early in her career. Name
Oh,
one.
well, so she was in New York. I didn't know.
Okay, well, maybe it's not. I don't know. After the breakup of the Mamas and Papas, Cass had a solo career. Her most successful recording was also the name of a solo album. What was that name?
Who thought of all these?
The first cousin
Oh,
who's here. Okay, she appeared on many TV shows and also did some acting. She was a guest host on one program where she also appeared 14 times. Which show was it?
Mike Douglas or Merv Griffin? That's my guess. One of those.
Isn't that one stupid show that I wouldn't call it stupid, but they
You just did though.
Sock It To Me. They always did like
Oh, Laughing.
Laughing?
Laughing, that's it. Yeah, I
It could have
think she
been
was on that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't have guest
Again.
hosts. It was always on them, you know, it was always the two guys.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
They didn't
And
have
then the
guest
last
hosts.
thing is, what is the weird coincidence about where she died?
because Jim Morrison died in the same hotel. Or was it Janis Joplin?
I think you.
Janis Joplin.
Oh,
Same hotel?
it's worth putting down because we don't have a clue. That sounds good. We had something like that on one of these. We had something like that in one of these trivias before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Somebody
So
did.
do we think? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so what we don't know is, oh, here comes Karen. Oh, Karen.
Did we pick a TV show? Were we going to pick Merv Griffin or what was the other one?
She
Mike
might as
Douglas
well
or Merv
come on
Griffin?
our team because I'll be leaving.
Well, I gotta let Karen in. And the low scorer is, it's not this team. It's gonna be one,
Oh, ah,
even though she would be awesome to have on a team for this. I bet she
always.
does all of these.
let's see.
Okay, so what are we missing here?
Well, 10. We haven't settled on anything for 10. So
Oh yeah, what'd you guys say? Merv Griffin? Did they have a guest host on Merv Griffin?
No,
Okay, what was the other question? What was the other answer? You
that,
get?
Could it be the Tonight Show?
They didn't
Did
have
she
a
ever
guest.
host the Tonight Show?
How about Saturday Night Live?
No, 'cause she was
No.
dead already.
Oh,
I'd say it was the Tonight Show.
Okay, that sounds good. Tonight Show. Johnny Carson often had guest hosts.
yeah, you did. Okay.
Okay.
9. We don't know one of her husband's names. I thought she was married to one of them, but I don't know any of their names, so it doesn't really help.
Mark says somebody named Phil.
Bill somebody? Oh.
Nobody knows her child.
It must be a famous child, otherwise she wouldn't have mentioned it.
I'll take a chance and say Destiny.
That sound right?
Somebody else.
I don't know.
That's a joke, Susan.
Is it?
Well, Destiny's Child.
Oh, it's a joke. I didn't get it. Sorry.
Tell me it was a joke.
No, I didn't. Okay. Okay. Do we want to use the Turtles for the wellness?
Yes.
I think Simon and Garfunkel, but I'm not 100% on that.
I thought they
because-
were
because
already going
She
by
was
then.
into harmonies. Simon and Garfunkel's just two people.
Yeah.
Read
I
the
mean, they
question
did-
though. It says two people.
No, it
No, they're
says
two different groups that she helped
Two
put
different
together.
groups.
No,
Oh,
I was trying to think of groups that sang together.
Sonny and
Oh.
Cher and the Turtles.
but Sonny and Cher's just two people too.
Yeah, but that's
Mm,
still
I
two
I would
people.
never call that harmonious, even if I guess it supposedly technically was, but
what about like Crosby, Stills and Nash?
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Was she around before them? Maybe not.
Yeah, she was around way before them.
way before?
Yeah,
What year are we talking about?
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young weren't around till like 70, 71.
It would have been at least 70, because I remember in high school, somebody, playing their music and stuff. I don't remember what song it was. But
I don't know what to tell you.
Eh.
High school in the 70s. Oh my God.
Thanks.
Yeah, we did have high school
Yeah.
then. It was
Okay,
mostly actually in the 60s for me, but
Okay, do we have two Greenwich Village nightclubs?
do we know any
name
Greenwich
one?
Village?
Catch a Rising Star.
Catch a Rising Star? Is that what? Is that a name of a nightclub?
Yes.
Oh, well, I've never been to New York.
Contrary, what is the problem?
She
Ah.
God, you're asking me and I'm giving you.
Well, I just never heard of that. Sorry. I don't remember her.
So what
solo
do we have?
career.
What do we have for number one?
we don't have anything.
Scooby-Doo, I thought.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said the Flintstones.
No, but she was on Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Her first name was Ellen something, but I don't know.
Ellen Phillips.
Sure.
Okay, she did have one child. She was married twice, named the child or one of the husbands.
She did not die of a ham sandwich. That's false. A star on the Hollywood Walk.
I swear it was Mackenzie Phillips.
It could be.
She was married to.
She was the daughter. Mackenzie Phillips is the daughter on One Day at a Time. John Phillips was the father.
No, it's just off the beam.
Is she still alive, Mackenzie Phillips?
I think so.
Oh,
She
yeah.
had a drug scare once, but I think she's still alive.
Cass had a solo career. Her most successful recording was also the name of a solo album. What was the name?
California Dreamin'.
That's not
Really?
Okay.
No, that's a guess, but that's a successful song.
It was her successful song, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the name of an album. That's all. I'm just guessing.
Would be a good name for an album. All right. 6, one child.
I hope someone else is doing the answers because I'm not. I'm being
Mhm.
lazy. I'm sorry.
Oh, did somebody write the answers down?
I've been trying to jot them down, but
Okay.
before we go, we should run through them and make sure I've got what you've got.
Okay.
What do you need?
This was hard.
Okay, so I got Scooby-Doo, Ellen Somebody, False, Hollywood Star Walk of Fame, age 27, 6, Nothing, 7, The Turtles, 8, Catch a Rising Star, 9, California Dreaming, 10, Tonight Show, and the bonus is she died in the same hotel that Janis Joplin died in.
And 6 was John Phillips, I think, but I
John
think it's
Phillips.
wrong, but it's just a guess.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I know
I'm-
it's a guess, but I think it's wrong.
I'm happy with that. For
Well,
some
it's
reason,
better
I
than
think
have a
that's
blank.
right. Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with anything. So
Mark says she married a record executive. But
Well,
she
that
had
could
two
be,
husbands,
but
so
she had 2 husbands, so
it
that
could
gave
have
her.
been.
Phil
Give her another-
Spector.
Phil Spector, no. You think? No?
It's done, so I'm closing the rooms.
Okay.
And nobody's gonna tell me I give you easy ones where everybody gets 10 again.
No, definitely. No, no
Not
way.
this time.
This was
Not
definitely
this
difficult.
time.
Okay. All right, here we go back.
You could be on the
Alright.
show Claim to Fame.
There you go.
You're related to
Is that
somebody
show
famous.
still around?
It just was only on once.
Oh.
It's just came out on some cable network. It was
Oh.
all right.
Or
It's a reality show where you have to be related to somebody famous. And then you have to hide it from somebody else who's also related to somebody famous.
well, good job, team. We're leaving.
Like a Big Brother type of show.
Chippy and Richard will
Yeah.
tell you.
We weren't really done, but
You're done. Maybe.
Apparently you're done when Susan says you're done.
Maybe.
Well, I went through and it looked like all the teams were close to done, so that's why I did that. Did you want more time?
That
No,
you
we're
mean.
fine.
Okay, so here.
I don't think we're going to improve our score.
You ready for the answers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I will put the answers in after I read them all. That usually is how I do it, if that's all right with you.
Sure.
The one, what was the show? I know some of you got it. I heard it. It was the Haunted Candy Factory episode, but you didn't need that. The show is Scooby-Doo.
Yes. Good job, Kevin.
And it's brand new.
Scooby-Doo.
They released a Scooby-Doo movie that includes that
Oh,
program.
interesting.
So that's why I put that in. Her birth name was Ellen Cohen.
Ellen,
Okay.
I didn't know the last
Do
name.
we just get the first name? We got the first name.
No.
Well, I'm gonna let Chippy make that decision. Will
Well-
they get just Ellen? Is that enough?
Her name came from her original name. If you take Ellen Cohen and switch it around, you see Cass Elliott by first initials. So that's
We're gonna
how
be
she-
disappointed because we got both names in our group.
Okay.
Okay, then
I would,
You should get
I
a full
would say
point then.
Ellen Cohen is really how we all knew her.
Okay, so that's the
Yeah,
answer.
if you got the whole thing, you guys should get a point.
How do you spell cone? C-O-H?
Cohen.
Okay, now,
And after she became famous, whenever her mother would see someone and they would say thank you, Beth would always say, "You're welcome."
Cohen.
That's the only way she said thank you.
Oh, that's funny.
and I'm going to let Chippy, I think most of you got number 3, but you probably got it with the wrong answer. At least I heard people saying the correct answer to the question, which is it is false. But what they think happened was also false. So Chippy, tell them how she really died.
Okay. Many years before she died, when her daughter was 1 or 2, she didn't want her daughter to call her mother fat or have other people say my mother's fat. So she went on a diet. At the time, she was singing with the Mamas and the Papas or something like that. And she went on a diet of a salad and a steak every day. That was it. And she became very sick and wound up in the hospital with a combination of it wasn't pneumonia, but an illness like that. And then whatever else the starvation did to her. Well, what it did is it kind of screwed up her system so that it didn't heal completely. And she really didn't have the energy to create 7, well, she was performing 6 nights a week, a full single show
At
and at the Palladium in London and 2 matinees. And her body just gave out. It didn't have the strength and the muscles and the heart and everything. So if she didn't have congestive heart failure, but she did die from a headache. I know that because I read the autopsy report. So
Crash diet.
it was a real crash diet that affected her insides, and she couldn't go much longer after that.
And the ham sandwich is a myth that has been spread.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a mean, cruel thing to say.
And there were no drugs in her body.
no drugs, but she did do drugs when she was younger. So all of that was working together on her insides.
How sad.
Okay. Question 4, And this was, of course, the big one for the reason they're here is, what is she being honored for? And the answer is, she just got a star in the Hall of Fame in Hollywood.
All
And
right.
they came to the
It
ceremony.
was 50 years. It was given
Posthumously.
posthumously, and they invited my mother, our whole side of my mother's family, and the family from all over the country came, and it was the first time I think our side of the family had been together since Cass's mother's death. We really hadn't seen each other in a long
That's
time.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, and she told me, and you could ask her that in the break if you're interested, all the celebrities that were there. She got to meet all kinds of people. How old was when she died? There's a whole mythology about this, which is why I thought that was a good hint. And I heard many of you very close, and I hope you ended up picking the right number, but many singers have died at age 32.
Oh, I thought it was 27.
Oh, really?
Ah.
27 is the
32
big number,
is
not
the-
32.
Oh, I thought it was in her 30s.
I thought it was 27 too.
Until you gave the hint.
We
Once
need a
you
plus
gave
or
the hint.
minus one, please.
There's a whole 30, there's a whole 27 club.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I've never heard of a
Okay.
32 club.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Well,
We guessed
when we get to the
33.
bonus, you'll understand
Yeah.
why I thought that was a good clue. Do you want to, should we give them 31?
32.
No,
we
32.
give them
No,
30.
you gotta be
Some of you
right.
got 32, right?
That
So
one's
we-
gotta be,
Carl got it.
She died at 32. It's like an immutable answer.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. And she was married twice. A lot of this comes from Wikipedia. And by the way, part of the reason we've been talking about the gorillas on Wikipedia is they found mistakes on Wikipedia when we looked at it. She was married, but the first time she was married, it was unconsummated because it was just a way to help her husband avoid being drafted into the Vietnam War.
Please don't tell anybody. They'll take away his citizenship.
Oh, no, not anymore.
not
It
now.
wasn't done. But that's what it says in Wikipedia,
Yeah.
right? So if you got James Hendricks, that was that answer. There was a journalist, Donald von Wiedemann, and Chippy says that was a not very happy marriage, but it only lasted about 8 months. And her daughter's name is Owen. So any one of those three answers would work. Okay, and she was known for being good at doing this, and Chippy said that was particularly something she did for number 7, was to put the groups together. She saw people and said, your voices would really go well together. And 2 groups gave her credit for doing that.
Oh.
And one of them was the Loving Spoonful,
I
and
said
the other
so.
one was Crosby, Stills and Lash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
And I know one team got number 8. We thought the Greenwich Village would be a good hint for that. There were 2 nightclubs, which were very, very popular back then, with upcoming stars. One of them is the Bitter End, and the other one was the Village Gate, Greenwich Village, you know.
mhm.
Either one of those.
I've been to the bitter end and I didn't know that.
And number 9, the album was named from the song from the album, and it was Dream a Little Dream of Me.
The
Oh.
Right.
And then the number 10, the show that she was on 14 times and guest hosted, was The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Yay.
I got that one anyway.
And the bonus was she died in London in flat 12 in Shepherd Market in Mayfair, London. And 4 years later, the Who's drummer, Keith Moon, died in the same room, also at age 32.
Oh,
Now, you don't
wow.
need to know the London business, but the point was another singer, Keith Moon, died in the same room at the same age.
We thought it was Janis Joplin.
Okay, and
Wow.
let me quickly
We almost got it.
quickly share that screen because I have a couple of pictures you might like to see, well, just a couple of them from that. Can you see that? That was from, that's her star.
Last Monday, that's the star that they put on the sidewalk on the Hollywood.
Oh,
Walk of
wow.
Fame. If you ever
Wow.
go there, I had never been there, but it goes almost a huge length of Hollywood Boulevard, and they go one after another, and I think she's number 1,200 something,
It's like
next to Time
2,200.
Daily.
2,200 stars.
2,200 stars plus, and she's next to Time Daily, and that's not her mother. It's just a photograph. I don't mean her mother. I'm so used to dealing with her daughter. I talk about her as her mother. So that's what they did.
I can't believe it took them 50 years after her death to give her that. She
Well,
was such
it's
a
not
great star.
a meritorious project. It's a money-making project for the
Yeah.
Oh,
for
the fans raise the
organization.
money.
They had to raise $45,000.
Yeah.
Now, the people who pay for it are not the consumers. It's the producers, the record studios, some executives, and then a lot of the performers who performed with her or the Mamas and the Papas also donated money. But it was, it's not because someone said, oh, we have a great performer here. The performer and the Hollywood studios kind of put it together on their own.
So what I zoomed in onto it and I still can't read it. What word is before Cass? It looks like there's a word before Cass.
Here?
Elliott.
Mama.
Those are
Mama, oh, her name is Ellen Naomi Cohn, Cass Elliott, September 19th, 1941,
Mama Cass
July
Elliott.
29, 19.
No, I'm not asking that. What on the star? Oh,
on the
maybe it says
star.
Mama.
Mama
It says
Cass.
Mama Cass.
It says Mama
Mama
Cass
Cass
Elliott.
Elliott.
Oh, up there on the star? Yes, it's Mama
Yeah.
Cass
Okay.
Elliott.
Okay.
So can I ask who took the two pictures that we're looking at?
They hired a professional photographer. Oh, I took that one.
Yeah, the one.
The flowers, because I went to the cemetery with her daughter.
I
One-
took that.
You know, she's
Oh,
asking because of
Richard
Wikipedia.
took that.
That's my only claim to fame. I don't know anything.
Okay. The
Zero.
reason why I'm asking is anything that you guys took a picture of, you can upload it to Wikimedia so we can put it on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
And Steve knew exactly what I was going with that.
Well, I just have to say, I very, very rarely talk about her personally to people I don't know. I learned very fast. I was always living on the East Coast, but all the rest of my first cousins and her mother and sister and brother, they all moved out to California when she became famous. So a lot of the stories and a lot of things that happened, I wasn't personally around because I went to school every day and everybody on that side quit school. So, but anyway, the thing that seems to happen with celebrities is they have their public friends like who are fellow celebrities, and when they get together socially, they don't include civilians who are just regular people like relatives or an old friend from school. They keep those two worlds very different because when they go
Separated.
out and separate, yeah, you're right, separated, because if they are all having a party at somebody's house, it's not private and it's not comfortable having people around where you don't all know each other. And then they all have their private friends and their relatives, but they very rarely get together. And another thing that I learned is when I was on the right side of the continent to see her or to do something, 90% of the time it kind of got canceled. She was on the Tonight Show once, and I was there. She got me tickets so we could go out to dinner afterwards. And then she sent me a note and says that Carol Burnett and her husband invited them out to dinner, and she won't be able to see me. And then she left town. I didn't see her for 2 years. So but it apparently works for them because,
But
yeah, I'm
all
sorry.
these photos are public photos.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Every single one
Okay.
is, they've all been shown. They're on.
Oh, okay. They've been released for public release. Okay.
Yes.
So we can't upload a photo.
That
unless it's
doesn't,
released by the
that doesn't mean
photographer.
that they don't have copyright.
Yeah, we can't
Or
use a
trademark.
photo unless
Okay.
a photographer releases it.
Okay. So
You
what
wanna
are
show
who's in those pictures? Oh, who's in those pictures? All right. Oh, I knew. Wait, which one was? Okay, the guy in the yellow T-shirt. that's Lou Adler. He's a very famous music producer, and he produced the Mamas and the Papas. Next to him is Michelle Phillips, the only living member of the Mamas and the Papas now.
I
And
knew there was
then
a Phillips in there. That's all right.
the Michelle, yeah, that's Michelle Phillips.
Yeah.
And then next to her is my cousin Leah.
Leah Kunkel.
Yeah, and she, that's Cass's daughter next to her.
Right.
Now, when Cass died, Leah adopted her. So, and then that's, wait, one of these, oh, this is Stephen Sills, music composer.
Stills and Nash, yeah.
Stills and Nash, yeah, Crosby, Stills and Nash. And that's John Sebastian from the Love and Spoonfuls. And I have to tell you, I really knew these people many, many years ago, and I hadn't seen them. I'm not used to seeing him. They've aged in a certain way, so have I. It's just like I went, is
Go
that
figure.
really you?
What is this, all these old people look the same?
Oh, yeah, I look at it, I see all these old people, and then I realize they're me. But
Right.
anyway, so it
Me
was
too.
very, very interesting. And then they had an after party on the roof of the W Hotel. That was private because it was by invitation. And all these people started to talk to each other and just through natural way. And so, is Johnson dead? Yeah, he's there. Well, right, he used to call my mother Aunt Julia. I don't know, they got along very well. But Cass would have them all as friends, and then she would say, she would go to Nash and say, you know, I really think you should talk to David Crosby. I don't know if it was him. And then they would get together at her house for dinner, and then she'd start harmonizing, and then the other one. And then she said, don't you think you'd make a great group? And at the ceremony, John talked about that, and then he put together the Love and Spoonful. He said that she had a perfect pitch and perfect pitch harmony, and that she could hear different people sing or talk, and she could tell which one would have the best harmony and the best sound. And she put other groups together. I just don't know who they are. So I found that to be very, very interesting. And so we all had a good time. And I think that her daughter, who worked very hard to make this happen, this is her daughter Owen in the paisley dress. And Cass has 2 grandchildren,
Noah and Zoe.
Noah and Zoe. And the irony to me is that they all went to yeshiva.
And Zoe has the cone honk.
Oh yeah, the cone honk. There are a lot of people in my close family who sing amazingly, which made me realize that to be a singer is not just having the perfect voice. There's a lot more involved. And when Zoe, Cass's granddaughter, was in grade school, she was in the Wizard of Oz school play, and she sang what was it? Over the Rainbow.
Over the Rainbow.
And she called me up and she said, she's got it. She's got the cone honk, which is what we call the people in the family who can actually sing.
Oh, that's
And then that was it. She really never sang again. There's a lot more to becoming famous like that. But my sister also has an incredible voice. And the only way she ever sings is at a birthday party for little kids, happy birthday. So it's much more complicated. But it was a wonderful time, and everybody in the family is very happy that they put the star down. And it was nice. It was a nice experience. And then we came here, and we're going home.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm putting into the chat the answers that I had not done, but I'm also putting in a link to an interview that she did that Chippy says she thinks was really one of her better interviews. It was just a year before she died.
Yeah, that was on my Facebook.
So if you are interested, I'm giving you that link.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that was fantastic. I mean, how many other trivia games have, no, that's just unique. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, you guys. I appreciate that. It was really cool. All right, so let's do our scores. I'm afraid to see the scores, but let's go over to.
Need to stop sharing, Gail.
I got it.
Yep.
I have the power to take it from her.
Ooh.
All right. So we're going to start with, can you spell subpoena?
It's my fault. We have 5 and not 6.
Okay.
Get off your sword, Carl. Come on. Everybody.
All right. And then let's go down to international skeptics of mystery.
We have 5 also. And it's not my fault either.
Okay, Peggy didn't even mention Angela Lansbury. Peggy didn't even mention Angela Lansbury.
Sorry, I was double muted. What was the answer to 9?
Well, I can't see it now.
Dream
Did
a
we
Little
get that
Dream.
one?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. So we
Dream.
have
What was the
4.
Dream of me.
Dream a
Yeah.
little dream.
We
Dream
have
of a
4.
Dream, yeah.
Dream of me.
So Peggy didn't even mention Angela Lansbury.
4.
He said
4.
4.
Okay. Let's go with the 14-and-a-half-year-old diabetic cat.
5.
Wow. And last but not least, the team that Gail and Richard and Chippy are on is
I think we had 4. I missed the answer to 1 and I looked at it. Did you have to have the whole name of the episode? Or just
Scooby-Doo was
It's
fine.
just Scooby-Doo.
That's Scooby-Doo. Okay, we had 4 then.
Oh, that's with the 4.
That's with the, yeah, no, because, well, if I'd pushed for 11 Spoonful, we would have had 1 more.
And I said Crosby, Stills, Nash. We didn't pick that one.
And
Who did
we didn't pick that one either.
You know what I think it was is that I added the word young on the end. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and I think that just changed the date because Young was added.
I always just call them Crosby, Stills, Nash, and sometimes Young.
Sometimes Young.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember back when that Bill Cosby started a band and he got
So did we add them up? I didn't see.
Beverly Sills and Johnny Cash and weirdly Connie Chung from TV News? Cosby,
about
Stills, Cash, and Chung.
Oh.
Vincent, he's taking a.
I don't even get that one.
Taking him over. No, don't even try. Don't even.
Taking over the puns.
All right, so take over.
That's
Take a few minutes, just a little bit.
Oh, I
What
gotta
about
feed
the
the
photo?
cats.
Oh, we gotta take a photo. How come
Photo.
not let me have that moment?
Photo.
Yeah, I'll stand up.
No, don't be shy. Here.
Okay.
Okay, get in there. I can see you.
I don't know where to look, so.
Yeah. there.
Okay,
Look at the camera.
okay, everybody ready? 1, 2, 3.
3.
Okay, I think I got it. Let me make sure I have it before I let you guys go anywhere. Wow.
Katniss, look at the camera.
Okay. All right, I got it. Okay, take a couple minutes. If anybody wants to talk about
Thank you.
anything over here to Chippy, that'd be great.
Oh, I have to go.
All right, bye, Vincent. Thank
See you,
you.
Vincent. Thanks again.
If you want, the others can fill you in.
Well, I've also got the link of I've got the link. Oh, and Faith and Romero aren't here tonight because they had a mass shooting a few blocks from them tonight.
Oh, I saw it in the
Really?
news. I was hoping that wasn't near them.
She says they're all freaked out. It's right where they usually do they jog and stuff. So she's like, we're just.
Yeah, 5 people, I think.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to take a moment. I'll be right back.
We had one near me too. The 3 cops died the other day. Bristol, Rhode Island. Kind of weird.
We're also missing the Steiner family.
Say what?
We're also missing the Steiners.
Only one.
Oh, only
We have a representative.
we've got one
And I
Steiner.
We got 50% of us here.
Oh,
Got a
Nabi,
Steiner.
Nabi, you got a 30%, 33%.
Well, Avi doesn't count as much these days.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
He used to-
he's in
he used to
another
only
time
come for
zone.
the first
Yeah.
half anyway. So he was only a 50% trivia guy. He always left early.
Yep.
It was frustrating when he was on your team because he would be so well. he'd do so well, and then the next round he's gone. I'm like, no.
So as soon as the airports in Florida reopened after the hurricane, I flew in because I was trying to get there because my dad was in failing health. And I got there and I told him about this trivia night because he's a big trivia guy. And I thought it'd be nice to call in with him. But the East Coast, this starts way too late.
Tell me about it.
Is everyone, I mean, who here is on the East Coast that does this?
I'm on the East Coast, but
I'm in
luckily I don't
East
have to
Coast.
work on Fridays.
That's tough.
Rob is too. Rob is in New Jersey, New York or something.
Not that much easier in the central time zone.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah, it gets over after midnight.
I couldn't swing that with them.
Sometimes,
where
yeah,
did you
sometimes
go in
one.
Florida?
I was in Tampa.
Okay, that area was really blanketed, but in the fort, everything was closed, and JetBlue called and said they were on, and we grabbed our bags and left, and nothing
Yeah.
else was moving.
I was supposed to fly in Tuesday, even though the hurricane wasn't going to hit till late Wednesday. They canceled all the flights.
Yeah.
But I made it. I got to spend my dad's last week with him.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But it was
Where
good
did-
to be there.
Where was he? Where did he live in Florida?
He's in Tampa or north of Tampa. And he would have loved this show, this game. Yeah.
I thought about inviting my mother once because she does a little trivia herself, but she would not have handled this too well because she was too religious, and
Oh.
you know, so she would not have she would have been screaming at people and she would have quit.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing, being there for like my father's last week, talking to all the religious people who stop in when you're transitioning into hospice, and they ask you about beliefs, and they would ask me when he was perfectly capable of answering. So I would answer for him, and then I would ask him, what would you have said? What are your beliefs? Because he's the kind of guy who would never speak seriously about that kind of thing. But he goes, oh, I'd say agnostic. And I was like, oh, okay. Like my whole life I've asked you and you've avoided answering. So that was really nice.
Now, my mother grew up in an orphanage with nuns. So she was really into the faith, the Catholic religion, forced me and my brothers to go to church until I rebelled. And then even to her husband died, she tried to pray away his cancer, tried to pray away his COVID, tried to pray away his daughter when she got sick and died. She always tried to pray everything away. And it wasn't until her second husband died of cancer that she started to question her religion. And she finally admitted to my son, but not to me. I think Kevin may have been right. That's what she said to my oldest son, because I lost 2 husbands to cancer. She kept saying, and I prayed, and Kevin kept telling me, prayers don't do anything, Ma. And she'd get mad at me for saying that. So I stopped talking about it. But she still had her last say at her funeral. It was very religious. And she insisted on certain songs being played, or the church didn't get a donation. She donated a lot of money to the church. And just not too much to the family. But that's the way it is.
Well, this is really
Catholic church?
depressing.
Was it Catholic?
Yeah, she donated over $40,000.
Well, somebody's got to pay for the defense of all those priests and all the trials.
Yeah, that's what I would say to her. Why?
Yeah,
One was an orphanage that
Yeah.
she grew up in. She donated to that. I can understand that. But then the church that she was buried in, she never attended it. But they played Ave Maria, so she gave him $8,000.
Hey, my friends.
They didn't play. They got nothing.
My friends.
That was her stipulation.
My friend's mother passed away, and he gave half of her estate to the Catholic Church.
Yeah, but she gave
5 years
she
ago.
gave away almost $1 million to her husband's surviving siblings, but nothing compared to what me and my brothers get. I'll be lucky if I get anything. That's
Why
all.
would she not leave it to you? Because you don't believe in God?
No, she did. She left me $100,000, but I don't get it till I turn 65, and it's in a trust, and I only get $400 a month.
Why would you put an age on that? That's you do it.
You have
for
to reach the
kids.
age of reason.
Retirement.
Which is 65.
No, she wanted
Yeah,
to
that's what
give
you
us
do for
retirement
like
money.
underage for kids
Yeah,
who can't
yeah,
properly
that's
manage the money.
bizarre.
Are you kidding me? $400 a month I get when I turn 65.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What, that's by the time I'm 65, that's McDonald's and driving gas money.
You hope. You hope. You hope that's what it is.
Wow, Kevin,
Yeah.
I don't, it's a very long story, but I'm almost word for word in the same position you are vis-a-vis an inheritance from my 95-year-old father who we just put into a facility. And it's word for word, it could be the same story.
She was supposed to
Control.
leave.
They're trying to control you.
Yeah,
I
she was
told him
supposed-
that.
But
Yeah.
probably
supposed to
not the
leave the
Catholic
house.
Church.
Just supposed to leave the house.
The
her house to my
UJA.
son.
The other end, the UJA.
Yeah, she told my son's been living in her house, managing her property for 10 years. She said she was leaving it to him. She left him first option to buy it. That's all.
Oh my gosh.
A $640,000 house. He's a young kid. He can't afford it. So we have to sell the house. The money goes into trusts, and then the rest of his family gets the rest of the money. Her ex-husband.
Oh, people piss me off. Okay,
just-
let's come back because this is getting more and more depressing, you guys. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
it is depressing.
so much for that wonderful category. That was really, really sweet. I'm gonna have to sit and watch some of the old shows and stuff because I remember
Well, and anything that gives you a chance to listen to her voice is worth it.
oh, I know. Oh my gosh. Very
Kevin, how long was your mom married to this other guy?
Wait, who?
Who, me?
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, how was your mom married to
30,
the
30 years.
30 years? Okay, long
She
enough
was
to.
married to my father for 6 years. Then he died. And
okay.
she remarried, and she was married to Roger for 30 years.
Oh, I see. And does she have kids with Roger? So
No,
your
no. She was 50 years old when she married him.
But so she left it to his kids.
No, his siblings.
Oh, his siblings.
So they were like 80, 90, and 92 years old people inheriting almost $1 million. They don't
You're
need it.
gonna
And,
say something,
and the worst thing is surviving siblings. So 2 of them died in the last year. They get nothing.
Well, they're
That's
dead.
gonna really.
You can't take it
No,
with
but
you.
they have kids. Their kids
Well,
are gonna be mad.
She
like, if
had
they-
kids too, and she didn't leave it to them either.
She left me just that money that I would get when I turned 65.
You'll
$400
appreciate it when
a
she's
month.
back. Chippy was trying to say something. What was it?
No, it was me. And what I was trying to say was, I want to tell you a very quick anecdote. When I met Chippy, we moved in together in the college dorm. Remember, we were 18 years old at the time, right? And we were walking down the hall in the dormitory, Stony Brook University. And that was just when one of the Mamas and Papas songs had made it big. And one of the rooms, somebody was playing the song. And that's how I found out about Chippy's relationship, because she got so excited. Look at that, it's the Mamas and Papas. That's my cousin. She got so excited.
That's cool.
People in the dorm room were going, foolish.
How exciting. I mean,
That's
I
cool.
definitely, and I know who nobody is, but I definitely knew who Mama Cass was. She had a voice. My God.
There's an old episode, I think it's Ed Sullivan's show or a Tonight Show, where she and the band sing, and it's phenomenal. It's really phenomenal.
All right, so let's come back. Otherwise, we're never going to get anywhere at any time because it's getting late. So let's go. I have just like a quick announcement. I'm going to show you this one thing. And for those of you who remember, I just came back from Sacramento, and there's Deborah and I, and there's James, who is in here tonight.
Nice.
I don't know why. And the person in the middle is Sarah Steiner.
See, there's another Steiner here.
She came to represent herself, represent everybody. I guess her dad Alan said, "You better hurry up, you better go, or you're in so much trouble." So
Those Steiners are everywhere.
that was very nice to know that we met
You
her.
can't get away from them. They're just everywhere.
We met her in person. And I have a talk I'm giving, I guess, on Monday. Rob,
Yeah, here's the link for that, by the way. They just posted it.
you guys come and listen to my
They
talk. Rob's
just
going to
posted
interview
it.
me. We're going to talk about sidekicks.
This is on recovering from religion. So it helps people who are leaving their religion or are unclear about what they still believe. And a lot of times people will leave the mainstream religion, but still have these paranormal beliefs because they were trained that the supernatural is real. So we're going to be talking about it from that perspective, that no, mediumship is not proof of the supernatural, because they're all con artists.
Really?
Yeah.
But they're
go
so
figure.
convincing.
Yeah.
Did you say sidekicks or psychics?
Both.
Both.
Sidekicks are bullshit too.
Ed McMahon was a good one. Yes.
All right, and then Kyle, you probably have something coming up too. I
do.
heard your episode that just aired. You interviewed some guy who's got a whole bunch of master's degrees.
He does. He was looking into, I don't know if everyone's aware, but there's been some major leaps forward in AI in the past few years with text and image generation. The text was first, the images recently. And so they're starting to write small things automatically, like small news stories, like sporting events are written automatically now, and sometimes job ads, which means every once in a while you get a job ad looking for a handsome carpenter. And the researcher I talked to in this episode of Data Skeptic, we talk a little bit about handsome carpenters and also how to fix and de-bias those job ads. So that's this week on Data Skeptic.
Very cool.
Oh, nice.
As long as we're not called Skynet, we'll be okay.
I must have missed the handsome part. All right, is that it? Is there anything else I need to know? So
Not necessarily, Ben, though, because if you saw the last one, Skynet is antiquated, and there's another name for the system that takes over and destroys humanity.
Yes.
Okay, so Caspian isn't here, so we're gonna skip it.
Ah.
We
Oh
just
my
caught up.
gosh.
We
Yay.
just caught up.
Yay.
We won't be
right.
going to bed. I won't be going to bed at 1 a.m. tonight.
Oh,
Time
whatever. I
management.
never go to
3
bed.
a.m. for me.
You
But
could
that means
anyway, if you want.
This episode will be artificially lower in scores than all the others.
That's
How-
true.
Give everybody 10 points.
Right. So
Caspian, that was awesome category.
So what I'm asking for right now is for next week.
Well,
next-
Caspian's on next week. No,
I
we're going
put
to be
Caspian on. Is there anybody else who wants to volunteer? And then I also need volunteers for the following week.
well, next week we're going to be in Las
I
Vegas.
thought we were going to be in Las Vegas.
Right.
Well,
But
some
they're gonna
people will
run
still
the
be
game.
here.
I'll do one next week.
Okay, yeah. Some people are going to still run the game.
You
Ben's
know what
gonna
you should
it.
do, Susan?
Yeah.
And for Caspian, because instead of leaving him your house, leave him like the option to buy your house.
There you go.
I'll give him $400 a month when he's
Yeah.
65. If I'm dead by then, which
Susan, I can do one next week, and I just have a few more ships captains I can put out.
oh my God, I'm glad. I'm not
Just
gonna-
kidding.
Donate it all to
Do
Thomas
lighthouse.
John. Donate all your money
Okay,
to Thomas
Peggy,
John.
Caspian, Kevin,
Well, keep trying, Peggy.
and then I also need the.
So
following
Peggy,
week,
wait,
I
were
got
you
Rod.
serious about doing a category or just the joke?
I'm
was
serious about the
this?
category, not
Okay.
serious about the ship's captain.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask you guys in a minute again. Okay, so we have Mike that's coming up next. So let's give him his powers. Make co-host. All right, so Mike, you are up.
All right. So I guess I have extra. I'm going to show a thing quickly that goes back to the previous the heart. The heart to heart opening. They remade it with.
No
I showed
audio.
this to my group.
Are you, do we need to hear the
No
audio? 'Cause
volume.
we don't.
You just
There we go.
No.
we saw the original one earlier.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, she is.
Who is that?
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler.
That's Amy Poehler wishing that she fit that part.
Oh.
Saturday Night Live people.
Well, Adam doesn't either.
I'm not sure I get it. Are they
It's just it's an example of how people can put an incredible amount of effort into something that no one would want.
I don't even know who they are.
Shot for shot. It's a shot for shot.
Yep, shot for shot remake.
I've seen this. What was...
I don't know that actor's name, but he plays, I think it's Sean on The Good Place, which is a really good role.
Yeah,
Adam
that's
Scott.
Adam Scott.
Like the
He's
macaw.
also in Severance.
Don't know.
Oh,
who
And he
it
was,
is.
this
and he
guy's
was
from
in
Severance
Parks,
was
and,
fun.
This guy is
and Parks and Rec.
It sure is the same
All right.
guy from Severance.
Yep.
Yeah, Severance is good.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very good.
Gail said she loved it too.
He's also in the latest Verizon commercials.
All righty,
Okay.
so this is the same category I did last time, which was
Oh, wow. Okay.
different actors in the same role.
Nice.
So all these are all different, but with the instructions there. These actors all portrayed the same character in different iterations. The projects may be feature films or TV. Unlike last time I indicated if it was TV or movies. These are all TV or movies, but I don't say which is which. Also, in some cases, the character has been renamed. I think just one this week where they have a different name than the original. Some of these are fictional characters. Others are real life figures who appeared in movies. Not every version of the character is included. Okay.
So wait. If it's different names, and which name do we? Either name is good.
There's the name of the main name.
And what is this category
It'll
called?
be clear.
It's
Okay.
called, what are we calling it? Different actors, same role. Okay.
Yes. Okay, the first we have John Astin.
3, 2, 1. Unmute.
Right.
Okay.
Mike, give
Mike,
me the
unmute, Mike.
Let me repeat that.
Yeah, please.
John Astin, Jim Carrey, Corey Michael Smith, and Paul Dano.
Book them. No.
Number 2, David Bowie, Nicholas Hoult, Goran Viznik, Ethan Hawke. Number 3, Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck, Chris Pine, and John Krasinski. Number 4, Katharine Hepburn, June Allison, Winona Ryder, and Saoirse Ronan. Number 5, Jason Robards, Terry O'Quinn, Warren Beatty, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Number 6, Robert Urich, Joe Mantegna, and Mark Wahlberg. Number 7, Albert Finney, Bill Murray, renamed, Michael Caine, and Jim Carrey. And I'm looking for the name that they all used except for Bill Murray. Number 8, Emily Blunt, Jenna Coleman, Judi Dench a second time, Kathy Bates. Number 9, Warner Oland, Sidney Toler, Ross Martin, and Peter Ustinov. And number 10, Teresa Russell, Sally Kirkland, Ashley Judd, Mira Sorvino, and Michelle Williams. Are there any questions?
Yes, what is this category called?
Different actors.
Different actors, same role.
We
Number
did this a
2.
week ago.
So,
We'll
yeah,
explain
but
it.
so are we?
So
we are-
basically,
the
all of
answer
these
is the
actors
role?
played the same character, but in different movies or TV shows.
And so the answer is the character that they
The
played.
answer is the character's name.
Okay. Character's name.
Yeah, we did this before.
Or the name of the character.
Oh, shush. All right. Sinister Rooms. Ben, you might also want to be checking out this spreadsheet. I want to make sure you can open it and everything too.
I should click open all rooms.
Go for it.
Yeah.
myself, but there's really no reason.
I'm here.
I don't know any of these.
We really could use Mike for this one.
Well, the way we did it last time is we kind of thought of some of the characters, some roles that would have
Yeah.
been remade over and over again, like Spider-Man or Sherlock Holmes or the Joker, something that's had at least many different kinds of renditions. The
Yeah, I mean, the only one I know for sure is number 3, which is Jack Ryan from the what the heck's this, the guy, the author's name?
The guy that wrote those books.
Yeah, The Hunt for Red October and all
Right.
that stuff. But I can't remember his name. But anyways, it's Jack Ryan is the role.
That's good.
Okay, that was my contribution. Now it's up to you guys.
I don't have a clue. So we might get 1 point. Excellent.
All right. David Bowie was in a movie called The Man Who Fell to Earth that I think
Right.
was remade recently. I don't know if it was remade by any of those guys though.
But what was the character, or did he have a name?
I'm not gonna be able to
Klaatu.
pull that out. Yeah, Klaatu.
Okay, so let me take a look at these again real quick. Okay, so
Mhm.
And I got your Dano joke.
Yes.
there's at least one. Okay, well, Hawaii Five-O's already been done twice, right? So could it have been done 4 times? And then that would be Steve McGarrett or whatever his name was?
No, but Dano was a character.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying that's example of how I'm thinking. What shows have been done 4 times, or what characters have been played multiple times? So like Batman, could Batman be one of these? Could it be? Well, I know
Batman,
Peter Ustinov
Batman is
played
not the answer for number 4 or
No,
number 8.
Well, Peter Ustinov did play Perot. I don't recognize any of those other names, so I don't think they could be Perot's, but it could be because Perot was he's been played a bunch of times. How about like last time it was the Dorothy, remember, from the Wizard of Oz? And so think of it that way, like, since we don't recognize characters, what are different people who have played characters? What roles have been redone at least 4 times?
and don't forget TV spin-offs and stuff could cover some of it.
Sure.
Okay, how's my team doing? I didn't kill
We
us.
might get 8 point.
Yeah, so far we've gotten
Come on,
1.
just think of a movie that these guys were in, and like, oh, maybe
I can't think of any.
that was remade.
I don't waste brain cells on that.
Mike, what I'm trying to get them to do is start thinking of roles that have been redone multiple times, like 4 times.
Or historical characters that have been in movies.
Okay.
Did they do 4 versions of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective? That seems like a bit much.
Yeah, they kept remaking that.
As far as I know, Jim Carrey was in all of them.
Okay, so let's think this out here, you guys.
Was Jim Carrey in the Addams
David
Family?
Bowie was in Dune, wasn't he? Did he play? I think number 2 is something to do with
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah.
one of the
if he
Dune
was in the
characters.
84 version.
Paul Atreides or whatever his name is.
Was that who he played?
That's the main character. I don't know if
Yeah.
he played him, but I don't think Goran Visnich played Paul.
It's just that it's an unusual last name that maybe it does look like somebody who's.
Well, I know who he is, but
I have never heard of the name before.
you ever watched ER?
DR?
The TV show ER. He was in that.
ER. Oh, no, I never saw it.
He also played Tesla in Doctor Who.
Okay, could one of these be a Doctor Who?
Oh, maybe it's Tesla.
Is that it? Okay, so number 2, we're saying Tesla?
I
Was
Nikola
Tesla?
Tesla?
I mean,
So
I
he
know
played the
Goran
character
Visnich
Tesla?
played him. I don't know about the other guys.
I think
Sure.
that's a good clue. Yeah.
How about
That's
Stephen
that's
Hawking?
good.
Has Stephen Hawking been in multiple movies or
No,
shows? Even South
no,
Park?
Tesla sounds good
Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about
for
something.
number 2.
Okay. Warren Beatty and Leonardo DiCaprio. I both recognize those names.
Yeah.
And they've played. How about Charlie's Angels? Didn't that get remade?
I
The
thought you
Charlie
never
character?
see Charlie. Isn't that the
I
deal?
know, but his voice is there. He'd still be
Oh,
voiced by
yeah.
somebody. They've done 2 Charlie Angels that I know of. And maybe there was a spinoff.
Warren Beatty's an older actor, right? Like 80s,
Or earlier than, well, 70s actually.
70s, yeah. And then Leo's new. Warren Beatty played.
Well, I would
what?
wonder about Howard Hughes. Didn't Leonardo DiCaprio play Howard
Oh, that's
Hughes
interesting.
in The Aviator?
Ah,
he
there
did.
you go. Howard Hughes. Okay, we got 2.
Put
Number
that.
5, Howard Hughes.
Okay. And
Just trying to picture a role that Albert Finney and Bill Murray both would play. And Jim Carrey for that matter.
I wonder if this could be God, similar to last time there was an answer that was God. I believe
Yeah, I remember
Jim
that one.
Carrey played God once
He did?
in Bruce Almighty.
Right.
Okay.
And then Bill Murray, it seems like a role he'd be in at some point.
okay, so which one?
7.
Number 7.
God?
Yeah, but then would Bill Murray have played him renamed?
Allah?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's going to be real popular. Jeebus.
Bejeebus. Judi Dench.
Jenna Coleman is Clara Osgood, right? Or Oswald from Doctor Who.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay, so we have very British women.
Makes
Could
me
they
wonder.
play Queen Elizabeth or one of the 2? Could one of these could they be characters from The Crown? You know, where they play.
Well, except Kathy Bates and Emily Blunt are American.
Oh yeah.
Jenna Coleman and Judi Dench are British.
Are yeah, could they play? Is there somebody here who could have played Churchill or
I don't think Emily Blunt played Churchill.
I mean, I'm
That's
talking
kind
about-
of your only role if you got to look for it.
Unless you're Robert De Niro, in which case you could play anything.
True.
Fair enough.
I don't know if you could play Queen Elizabeth, but you know.
With enough makeup.
Well, they could have been on a Monty Python or something and played Queen Elizabeth, right?
True.
I mean, come on. I don't know who any of these people are. So,
Yeah, I'm struggling with some of
I
those.
know who a couple of them are.
Yeah.
but it's not enough to give me any clue.
In 9,
Yeah.
I don't know any of those people.
I think we should put Queen Elizabeth for any category.
8.
It's got all women in it. And we should put
Yeah, 8 should be Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, that would be my
which
guess.
one?
8.
8.
No, which with Elizabeth.
Yes.
This, well, if we just say Queen Elizabeth, we're hedging our bets. We have 2 shots at it.
I don't see them letting Winona Ryder play the Queen, so I wouldn't put it for 4 also.
Okay, well, do you want me to put Queen Elizabeth 1 or 2? Not that I
Queen Elizabeth blank, that's what I would put.
Okay, all right.
How we doing?
We might have 2 now.
We may have doubled our score.
3.
Come on. Didn't you guys ever watch a movie?
No,
Yeah, but
never
why
pay attention
bother
to-
remembering this kind of detail?
I don't know who the people, I never know who the actors are.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that one. All right, so how about Steve Jobs? No.
No,
Mike's
Steve
like, I
Jobs
gotta
is,
get out of this room.
Steve Jobs is not the answer for number 4.
For number 9, I go out on a limb and say Charlie Chan, but Because Werner Olin, I do believe, played Charlie Chan back in the day.
Which one?
Back in the
Number
days when
9.
you were allowed to do stuff like that, but I'm not sure about the other guys.
No, but what number are you looking?
9.
Number 9.
Okay.
Great. How much more time do you need? Will any more time do any good?
I'm not sure any more
Yeah,
time will do
I
any
know
good.
we're coming up with ideas. How's everybody else doing?
Better than you guys.
Well,
Did they say I killed my team? Damn it.
That's to be
Next time I'm
expected.
doing comic strips.
You got to aim it to me, I guess, you know, and that way you will guarantee.
And not just comic strips, just do Luann.
Luann.
I mean, I would have thought that you would be a big David Bowie fan.
No, I don't think. I think I know one of the songs he did. Oh, how about Freddie Mercury? Could that be one of the answers?
Maybe.
Number
There's
4.
He's been played a couple times in something.
That's what
hasn't
I'm not sure about. There was the one big recent one, but yeah, he must have been before too.
he? Okay. Churchill. There's no Churchills here, right? Stephen Hawking. He's also been played.
Definitely not.
Oh, wait a minute. Jim Carrey played the guy from Saturday Night Live. The weird
Jim
guy.
Belushi?
No. Man in the Moon.
Oh,
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
But John Aston kind of would be before Kaufman's time.
Okay.
Because he's the guy who played the Addams Family.
Oh, the Addams Family.
For one.
What's his
Well,
name?
yeah, I mean, he played Adams, whatever.
Right. What's his name?
God, what was Gomez Adams? But I
Okay,
don't know
so
about the rest of the
Gomez.
guys. And I know there's been a lot of spin-offs. I just don't remember
Then
Jim
that's
Carrey
perfect.
playing.
Which one is that? Number 1?
One. But yeah, I don't know if Jim Carrey ever played Gomez Adams, but who knows?
Seems like a fit.
Because that's been around a lot in a lot of different spin-offs of him, even in cartoons. So he could have played a cartoon role.
Could
Okay.
have voiced him.
We're working this out, you guys. Come
Yeah.
on, have some faith in us. Wendy wants to join, and I'm trying to find the stupid link.
Katharine Hepburn. And Winona Ryder. What in the world would that be?
I mean, Hepburn and Allison means this thing came out a long time ago, probably as a movie.
I can't think of the freaking button to push to get in, find the person. All right, where is the stupid link to get somebody in here?
What about Carrey, the movie Carrey?
Well, that was Sissy Spacek.
Okay.
It's amazing how well I know all the movies that are not the ones that any of these people were in. Trying to think of what role Katharine. I mean, she's had so many roles.
Hepburn,
But
we haven't picked her either. She
Yeah.
has played
A lot.
Yeah, let's see.
But I'm trying to think of famous people that she's played, or at least people that would have had multiple roles.
Missing that won't let me find.
I always do it from the Facebook.
Where is it on the Facebook page? See more? No.
Oh, you want the link? I can get it for you quick. Hold on.
Yeah, but I can't. I'm just not.
I'll get it and put it in chat. Give me a second.
Thank you. she says she's got an interesting claim to fame of, hold on a second. Okay, there it is. Thank you very much, Kyle. Hit me. Okay. Let's look at this again. Catherine Renata Wider. Amelia Earhart?
Sure.
Okay, we're getting there. Here comes Wendy. Put her in. The team that's losing is Carl's team.
Yeah, well, we're gonna give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna do well in this.
Unless they did really badly on this one too.
Okay, so Queen Elizabeth I, Queen Elizabeth II,
Or Queen
Queen
Victoria.
Victoria.
Yeah, or Queen Victoria.
That's great. Which one? Which is a category here we don't have women? So 10. Ashley Judd plays Queen Victoria.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
doesn't
think-
make sense. Yeah, but yeah, 8 is either one of the Elizabeths or Victoria.
Let's just put the Queen.
There you go.
The Queen.
Mary, Queen of Scots.
That's right.
Oh,
Not dead
Queen
yet.
of Scots off with her head. Okay, so 10 is also women. Ashley Judd, I always think of as somebody who's country and western.
Yeah, I was trying to think if they did some kind of a movie about a country and western singer or something.
Or somebody
Starring Mira Sorvino.
country like.
Except for the Mira Sorvino part, yeah.
Who's that?
She was Mighty Aphrodite.
Oh, okay. Think of a woman in the country. Calamity Jane.
And I don't know, I don't know Teresa Russell and Sally Kirkland. I can't even place them.
Yeah, I have no idea who they are.
How about the woman who plays the whore on all those shows where she's the nice, you know what I'm talking about?
Not a clue.
You know,
All right.
plays
I think
as
it's
the
time to
prostitute.
call.
Yeah, we're
With that, and when did you team one?
We're just thrashing.
yeah, we're just throwing random characters out at
I'm
this point.
trying. These others are not helping.
I'm completely
You
clueless.
can watch this, Mike. I'm trying.
Very
All right,
trying.
what have you guys got for answers?
Ron. No, we're not going to tell you because we're going to only embarrass ourselves. And I don't want to see you go like this or hit yourself on the head.
Oh, he will.
You have to wait.
Yeah, I think at this point we might as well
I think
shut
we
us
should just put
down.
Spider-Man for everything else. Let's mill.
I was gonna say Billy Joel,
All the
but
Spider-Mans were in the same movie last year.
Were they? Well, I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Oh, sorry, spoiler alert.
The multiverse of madness.
How about Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln, oh my God.
for number
Which
10,
one?
All of them. Anything except the women one. The women one could be Mary Todd Lincoln.
The only ones we're missing are 6 and 10, and I don't think the guys in 6 got to play Lincoln.
How about George Washington?
That's even worse for those guys.
I don't know who they are.
Did you not have an R in that?
All right.
Who?
All right, I'm closing all rooms.
yeah, I recommend that at this point.
Even though we gained a little extra time.
Okay. Oh, we said number 2. Oh, we already got 2.
Tesla.
It's 6 and 10 that we haven't even been
Yeah.
able to come up with the bad
Okay,
guess for.
6. What do we have for 7?
God.
Oh. Okay, for 6, it's got to be. And you can't be Lincoln?
Or it could be as bad as any other guess. I can't see Mark Wahlberg playing
I'm
Lincoln.
writing
Yeah.
Okay.
Wahlberg could play like George W. maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Teresa. Okay, number 10.
Uh-huh.
How about Nancy Reagan?
Let's put it.
How desperate you are.
Ashley Judd, and Mira Sorvino. I can't imagine anything
Yeah,
being an overlap there.
Well, like
No.
I said, they could carry, it could, like I said, it could just be their voice that was used as like an animated series, you guys.
We just
None
answered
of these
Billy
were
Joel
animated.
for every
I'm
Well,
question.
one of
putting
them
it
was
down.
kind of animated, I think.
I'm putting it down for 10, you guys.
Sure.
Putting it-
All righty. So I think every team except mine got like 10 on this, and my team got
No,
like 4.
no.
If I'm lucky.
Hi,
So
I don't think we got
the
4.
answers. Number 1, would it have helped if I had added Frank Gorshin?
Yep.
No, who's
The
that?
Riddler.
The Riddler.
Riddler.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
one
should go with
was
Adam.
one was
Jim
easy.
Carrey was the
Number
Riddler.
10, Nikola Tesla.
Number
David
2.
Bowie from The Prestige. Nicholas Holt from The Current War. Warren Bishnick from an episode of Doctor Who.
Yep.
Dang
And,
it.
And Ethan Hawke from the eponymous Tesla.
Oh, I'm mad. I knew once I heard that I was gonna be.
Number 3, this is a popular series of movies, the Jack Ryan.
That was it.
Which was,
Yep.
everyone was in a movie except
Good
John
one.
Krasinski, who was on Amazon.com.
Yeah.
What's the name of the character?
It's better than
Jack
the movie.
Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Who's that?
Hunt for Red October.
We got that one.
Patriot Games.
Oh, okay.
Some of all
Clear and
fear.
present danger.
It's that
The
book,
Jack Ryan
or that
TV
book
show.
I know
series.
which one was Chris Pine in. I did not know that.
Contemporary,
What?
Number 4,
espionage.
and
Espionage
based on
novel.
Wait,
the
wait,
answer
which
is,
one? Which
we're
one was
taking
Chris Pine in?
the full
before you
name
move on
here
to-
because some of the groups I think did
I'm
get
gonna
this.
have to look it up.
That was from Little Women, Joe from Little Women.
Yeah.
We put,
First
First and last name, first and last.
we
If-
put
how many,
Amelia Earhart.
last
how many
name is
teams
Mama.
got first and last name?
what's
Nobody
the last
said we
name?
had to have first and last names.
What is the
We
last
well,
name?
I
we
have it
said
written
Joe
here
from
in
Little
my
Women.
answers
You
as
didn't say
Joe
that on
from
yours
Little Women,
either.
so we'll just take
No,
Joe.
but we said,
Yay.
All the chicks got it.
You
I
bet.
didn't. We put Amelia Earhart.
Number 5, Howard Hughes.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Jason
I noticed-
Robards from
I
Melvin and
noticed how
Howard.
you're saying all
Carrie
the men's
O'Quinn.
last names.
What?
You're saying all the men's last names.
I think you should give
Yeah,
the last,
it's a-
make
it's
it
a-
last
it's a
name
patriarchy.
because
Mike, you're busted.
some people did get the last name.
Yeah.
What was the
I
last
don't think
name?
you should say that because
Last name was
we might
Mama.
have figured it out with the last name if we knew that was a requirement.
Her last name
We
was
said
Mama.
Joe from Little Women.
Okay, all right. I end my argument. Okay.
Number 5, Howard Hughes. Melvin and Howard was Jason Robards. Terry Quinn
thought it
in
was
Sorry,
the
James.
Rocketeer.
So if we just
Yeah.
wrote Howard, is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
How about if we just put
Anyone
it-
just wrote Howard.
Kind
How
of
I
about
makes
her,
sense,
forgot
but-
he was
Gatsby.
in the Aviator.
I've heard Gatsby.
Warren Beatty was in Rules Don't Apply, a recent Dish movie, and Leonardo DiCaprio from The Aviator. Number 6 is Spencer from the Spencer
Spencer
mystery
for Hire.
book. Spencer
Oh, shit,
for
I
Hire,
wasn't
Spencer
right. Damn it, I knew
Confidential,
that.
God, it should have
Oh, we put
and
Lincoln.
then a series of TV movies. Joe
My
Mantegna
wife was
in.
addicted to that series. Oh my God, how did I not get that?
We put Abraham.
Boston based. That's why I knew it.
I didn't know
Number
Mark Wahlberg.
7, we have Ebenezer from A Christmas Carol.
Ooh.
Scrooge.
I'm putting it in that same
Scrooge.
format for equality's sake.
Yes.
Or Scrooge. Bill Murray was named Frank Cross in the Scrooged movie, but we're looking for Scrooge.
Love that movie. One of my
Number
favorite.
8, I think
Christmas
some
movies.
people put her recently deceased granddaughter instead, but it is in fact Queen Victoria.
Yes.
Grandmother, or is
Yay, Jane.
We did, how
Jenna
about if
Coleman
we just
in
put
the
the
TV
Queen?
show The Young Victoria. That was Emily Blunt was the Young Victoria. Jenna Coleman was regular Victoria. Judi Dench played Queen Victoria in both a movie called Victoria and Abdul and a movie called Mrs. Brown. And Kathy Bates was Queen Victoria in Around the World in 80 Days. And unfortunately, we will not accept Queen Elizabeth.
Didn't know she could do a British accent.
And number 9, this may be surprising as none of these gentlemen I think are Asian, but that was Charlie Chan.
Yes, thank you, Bob.
Yes.
Well
And a
done.
little yellow facing there.
My
Well
team
done,
got
sir.
that.
And
I don't know
number
who it was, but somebody on my team, not me.
number
talked
10, would it have
herself out
helped
of
if
it.
I had said Anna de Armas,
No.
who recently appeared as this historical actress? That would be
we got
Marilyn
it.
Monroe.
Right.
You got it.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that-
Teresa Russell
darn.
in Insignificance. Sally Kirkland in The Island, in which I guess there's an island where Marilyn Monroe and John F. Kennedy are still alive.
What?
Ashley Judd and Mira Sorvino played two sides of the Norma Jean in Norma
Yep.
Jean and Marilyn.
Hmm.
So, and then Michelle Williams in My Week with Marilyn, and I will post these all in.
Wait a minute. So there's a movie which plays into the conspiracy theory that Kennedy wasn't assassinating. He's on an island with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh,
This is
so
what-
it's that's a plot for every.
It's not a
frickin-
conspiracy. It's a true story there, Rob.
Hey, we put Barbara Bush for number 10.
What?
Oh, you put Barbara Bush. We're not taking credit for that one.
Hey, Wendy's
You
got a.
play that role.
Hey, you guys, Gail,
I got Charlie Chan. I'm happy.
Gail, Wendy.
What?
Tell her what you told me.
Oh, okay. I was telling my I told Susan when she woke me up and said,
Wanna
hey,
play trivia.
yeah, and which I appreciate because I just forgot what day it was, and it was just like, anyway, to make a long story endless, here's what happened. My daughter went to nursery school in Hollywood. We've always lived down here in Los Angeles. And Cass Elliott's daughter, Owen, went to the same nursery school, and they made friends, the two little girls. And so the Cass Owen had a home on, Cass Elliott had a home on Woodrow Wilson Drive, which is kind of like near Mulholland up in the Hollywood Hills. And she would go and visit there after school. The nanny would pick the two little girls up and go up to their home. And then after work, I would come and pick her up, pick my daughter up. And and it was just this funky, gorgeous house up in the Hollywood Hills. And over the fireplace, they must have had a party one night or something. And in somebody's handwriting, it said, Owen is growing. And that's how I remember the little girl's name.
Oh.
And it was, I never got to meet Cass Elliott, but I felt comfortable in the house. And I always kind of felt bad for them that she died so young.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Wendy would have had 10 on that quiz.
Wow.
All right. You want to hear
Yeah.
a weird coincidence? Cass Elliott lived on Woodrow Wilson Drive. Keith Moon lived on Calvin Coolidge Avenue.
Wow.
So
I
Wendy,
know, I
I'll
made
share.
that.
Wendy, I'll share the answers with you later, and you can also watch the video. But you would have probably scored. Well, one of the questions was, "What's her daughter's name?" And a lot of
You would have known that for sure.
That was
have
one of the
known it.
questions.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So Wendy had such a close tie with her daughter. Grew up with
Well, I'll have to tell Chippy she'll be very good. She just left. She was so too tired. So
Oh, that's
she wasn't
interesting.
asleep.
They
But I have
just
to
did
tell her
the
that-
Hollywood Star Walk of Fame.
Now she's California dreaming.
Oh. Okay, let's do scores. Very good. That's so funny. So people, it's funny how people tell me, I don't know trivia. Then they know some really weird thing that nobody else knows. It's just
obscure fact.
It's weird. Okay, so team number 1. Can you spell subpoena?
10.
Figures.
Figures.
And let's do, Peggy didn't even mention Angela Lansbury.
7.
Yep.
Okay, and down here, international skeptics of mystery. They're all over it.
Hang on, we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had Charlie Chan and we changed it to Artemis Gordon.
Oh, we put Charlie Chan. That's one of the only.
Yeah.
So
Karen-
6.
Karen
Okay.
said that one.
So Hurricane Travelers.
He had 9, to our amazement.
To our amazement.
A lot of guesses were right.
Okay, the 14-and-a-half-year-old diabetic cat. This is Mike's team.
Oh, sorry, 4.
Oh.
Team curse.
curse.
So we're getting zeros for the non-existent round.
Yeah.
And
Mess
tens.
up the
Why don't we just give
averages?
everyone 10 for that round? Just to make
Or
us
a
all feel
million.
better.
Or
I think I give
five.
5.
5.
What is it? Whose line is it anyway?
I'll give it
5.
5. That way it's
Everybody
there.
gets 5 for
And
round 3.
Susan, instead of team 1, I'm on team 5, please.
Oh,
She's
I have you on
defecting.
both.
She's defecting.
I have you on both.
She's providing answers to 2 teams.
Oh my gosh.
Double
wonder they got
agent.
The
10 on that one.
spy.
Double agent, yeah.
Okay, sounds great. So very good, Mike, except for you screwed
Your
your
team.
But other than that, that was interesting. Last but not least, it's going to be Karen.
Okay, before we begin, we'll
Do
take
we
a
have to have a
vote.
prayer?
We'll take a vote.
Mono
If you want
rules.
mono rules or not, it will not be who yells the loudest.
Oh,
Let's
Damn.
actually vote. Those who would like it to be Mono's rules and those who would not.
Can we get some information first? Like how
Yeah, we
many
gotta know
possibilities are in
categories
the answers?
Vote immediately.
I love
Well,
honor
you need to
rolls.
know how
There
many
are-
categories are answers.
It's bonus, and there are 31,
Okay.
and it's very organized. The answers are in
31.
alphabetical order, and
31.
yeah.
I think we should do mono rules. They're so much more fun.
Okay. So the question is, how many people are in favor of mono rules for tonight? And I get to vote too, and I say yes.
Well, it depends on what the question is.
Don't even know what that
No,
means.
No,
Yeah,
I
just
don't-
vote.
say
Just
no.
say
Mike, it
yes
looks like
when-
your hand is up, Mike. So if you're not,
No, my hand is not
Wendy's
up
up.
for this.
What is mono rules?
It's fun.
no, it's
No,
We
not.
have to
it's
do it
not.
because Wendy's never done it before.
I don't
No.
know what it is either, but I
And
vote
Zeke's
for
never done
fun.
it before, so of course.
No,
I
it's
voted.
not fun. Don't let them fool you.
Mono's
Okay.
rules are you have a large quantity of items, in this case 31.
I'll
And
try
then-
it. If I don't like it, I'll never do it again.
Okay, and but you vote yes?
Yeah, she says yes.
Okay.
We'll explain.
That
it
means there's
later.
4 yeses.
No, there's like
Mom.
12 yeses.
I'll never do it again.
Okay.
Count
we'll
them.
do
Hands
I see
raised. please.
5,
Oh, wait
6,
a minute, what?
7,
1,
8.
2, 3,
Uh-oh.
4. Wendy,
Rob
you're
is voting
yes.
for mono rules.
Yeah, Wendy's a
5,
yes.
6,
No,
7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm not voting.
There's 10.
Can't
I
hear you
see 9.
guys.
I say Peggy's hand is up.
Peggy put no.
Ron, are
Clearly.
you voting, Ron?
We can vote with the
Oh,
reactions.
that's 11. Okay.
Okay, we got it.
They
Let's
win.
go. Let's
Okay.
do this.
So here we go.
Ugh.
Peggy and Ben can
Yay.
just go stand in the corner somewhere.
How could there be 11? You counted everybody's hands twice.
No.
Everyone, have you ever done sales? Mono rules is like sales. You think you got a, a live one, and then
It's fun.
You
Okay, go
get
ahead.
right, but you get it wrong.
Go ahead, Karen.
Okay,
That's
here
it.
we go. The category
that's it.
is pumpkins and squash.
Okay.
At this time of year, per blogger and chef Lindsay Jean Hard, quote, the word pumpkin probably makes you think of a large round orange specimen ready for carving, but any hard-skinned squash could be called a pumpkin. There's no botanical distinction between that makes a pumpkin a pumpkin. There are hundreds of varieties of edible squash and pumpkins, which all fall into 3 main groups: cucurbita, moschata, maxima, and pepo. End of the quote. Here is, so I'm going to give you an image. All right. Here is a lovely image by illustrator Kimmy Dallimore. And there are, I'm going to share screen now. Share. On this, there are 31 pumpkins and squash. And I'm going to give you a list of their names in alphabetical order. And you will make the matches to the best of your ability, then come back with 10 that
Are you
you
gonna-
have
Can you make
selected.
the
Will
screen?
this link be available?
Yes, that you have selected as your final answer. So there
Can
are
you make the
30.
screen bigger?
I'm gonna give
What's
you a
the-
link. Thank
Can
you. I'm
you
gonna give
link-
you. I'm gonna give you a
Forget
link.
the Cool.
So so I'm sending you a link right now. Please make sure that you can look at that Google Doc.
Hold on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So there
Yep.
are, so,
Yeah.
so there are 31
There
here,
we go.
right? And you'll be
Yes.
able to look at it. Each one is clearly numbered. Is anyone not clear what number goes with what, pumpkin or squash?
They look normal.
It looks good.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to give you a list of 31. As soon as I figure out how to, and they are in alphabetical order.
Hmm.
And cross your fingers that they. Oh, they came out well. Okay, so there they are. So they're in alphabetical order and you have 31. And so 1 is this, 2 is this, yada, 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 right?
We got it.
And what you do is you guess, pick 10 that you think you're pretty sure of, or that you think someone else it won't get, right? And this this from the when we were talking about equatorial nations, right? And nobody put, what was it, Egypt or something like that. So do you understand how it goes?
Yeah.
And it only counts when you come back if no one else has also.
We have to guess it correctly.
I played this was last. It seems to me it was last week. I get it.
So Mano's
Yeah.
rules are your answer must be, you must be
Unique.
the only team that puts that answer forward,
Okay.
that correct answer.
So to
Yeah.
be clear, I am looking for one representative per team when you come back to be the vocal person. So when you're in your team, pick one person who will be answering the answer. So decide that when you go to your rooms too.
Okay. All
Okay,
right,
let's go.
here we go. Rooms are
Okay.
open. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hello, team. I know nothing about pumpkins or squash. I have no clue. Thank you and have a nice day.
I would say this is going to be hard.
Well, okay, so Bobbin, you're on mute. Do we know anything on here? Robin, you're still on mute.
Yes, ugh, it just takes me a minute. Number 14 is spaghetti squash.
Okay. Somebody's got to write this down.
14, I don't see that. Where is it? Oh, just a spaghetti. Okay, 14, spaghetti.
Okay, so butternut is that 21?
20, I was going to say 26. Let's see. Oh, maybe.
Oh, they
So
look so
butternut squash I can find. Let me find. I'm on a laptop, so I'm trying to toggle back and forth and I'm like,
Right.
okay, where did I put the picture?
I have no idea what any of these are.
All right,
God.
butternut.
The jack-o'-lantern is
3.
3.
Yeah, 3.
I think we're just gonna pick 10.
Which one is a butternut?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's
I thought it's 21.
21. No, that's not a butternut. I don't think. I have one of those growing in my backyard, but I don't know what it is. So it was a volunteer.
Wow.
I
I
think it is.
butternut, and I think it's more of
Like a number 20 or 24 is a butternut.
I thought it was brown. Or
The
orange.
20 looks nothing like 24. That's weird. Are we looking at the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The 20 and 24 are totally
they're
different.
just different colors.
So doesn't that make the
Okay,
difference?
so number 8, is that Jack B. Little?
It must be
Why must that be?
because it's tiny.
28 is tiny?
Number 8.
Number 8, not 28. 8?
8.
You said 8 is Jack B. Little?
I think so. And I think jack-o'-lantern is 3.
Yeah, we have that already.
Okay,
So I have that we have 8, 3, and 14 so far.
okay.
Okay, I see one called Mark's Stripe. So
22?
Or 18, either one of those, maybe 22. Yeah, or 4. I guess we can't.
Oh,
I
God.
guess we can't assign that one.
Let me ask Mark which one he likes the best since it's Mark's stripe.
Okay.
Oh, God.
There's
What?
also Farmer Mark's Wacky Green.
There's also a black peanut. That should be obvious because
There's
black.
a black and silver also.
Which one's black peanut?
Oh,
None of these are black.
None of them are black. Oh, God.
none of them look like peanuts either.
What color is 9? I'm at a
Oh, that's right.
disadvantage because I'm
Oh, that's
colorblind.
right. Rob's colorblind.
But I mean, I can see the dark ones and light ones, and 1 looks dark, 9 looks dark, and
9
24
is
looks
really
dark.
dark, but I don't
I
know.
think number 20 is a golden acorn.
20.
Okay, 20 is a golden acorn.
That does look like an acorn. I like that. 20 golden acorn. Okay.
We might have to go with the 10 that we most.
Well, yeah, this is
Well,
not
that's what
going
we're
to
gonna
be.
do.
We're going to play games. 'cause
Cinderella
we're not
would
gonna
be
do
number 10, right?
10 Cinderella. Oh,
That
because like
round
that's
and
the kind
very
of thing
orange?
that turned into the carriage.
Yeah,
10 Cinderella. Okay.
I didn't know they had a pumpkin actually named it. Okay,
Yeah,
Casper
me neither.
White is probably 5.
5, number 5.
But isn't 13 white or is that not white?
13's also white.
And 6.
5, 6, or 13.
Oh,
Is there
I
anything
like,
else called
I
white?
like 5.
I think 5 is a good one.
5 for Casper White.
Yeah.
I'm putting
Okay.
5, 6, and 13 down on the Casper White section just to.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 then. Geralde. What the
Oh,
hell
there's
is that?
also a great white.
Oh, great.
That would be 13.
I'd go with
Okay.
13 or 5. Casper White, great white. I'm gonna put 5, 6, and 13.
Okay,
For
how
both
about
of those.
the Italian
So
stripe?
wait. You're confusing me, Robin. You can only put one number. What are you doing?
Well, for things that have white in the name, I'm putting the 3 white things on the
There's
chart, and we
there's
can make
also-
our final decision later.
There's also Swan White Acorn.
Oh,
Okay, that would be 6. Doesn't it look like it to you? Delicate looking.
Acorn. 23 looks like an acorn, but it's not white.
Okay, 6 is white,
Oh,
it's small,
God.
acorn-like.
Orange. Is anything orange? Orange Hubbard. Is one of these orange?
30 and 27 and 29,
Oh, God.
20.
And then there's Orangetti. There's orange and orange Hubbard and Orangetti. So there's 2 orange names.
Geraldale.
Is 3 orange?
Yes, that's jack-o'-lantern.
Did we put that down?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah, we did. Sorry. Yes. Oh, God.
Okay, there's how many stripes? There's 2 here that say stripes, right?
Yeah.
Mark stripe.
Well, actually see
Fine stripe.
Italian. Oh, okay.
I'm writing down all of the names because I can't do the picture and the names at the same.
Okay, so there are on screen, there are 3 things that are striped. 4, 18, and 22. One is Italian stripe and one's Mark stripe. I think 18 looks more like an Italian thing. Aren't Italian things like
Oh, Swan White Acorn. Six, 13. So there's 3 things that have white in them. Sweet dumpling. And Table Queen Acorn. So it's there are 3 white things, and there are three pictures of white squashes, and there are 3 names that have the word
Okay.
white in them.
Right, so I
5, 6,
think
and 13.
Great
So
White is 13. And I think Casper White is 5. And I think Swan White is 6. And that's my guess.
I think that we're guessing that based because we think these are to scale to one another,
Oh
but
God, they better be.
they're probably not. Considering number 12, I bet number 12 is much smaller than it appears here next to the other.
That's ridiculous if that's what
So
they
you
did
think
there.
great white is 13 because it's big, and swan white acorn is number 6. It's small
It's
acorn.
making a good point, and I don't want to go there because
And
it's bad that
Casper White.
everything's wrong. And I think Italian stripe is 18.
So let's count how many of these pictures have stripes in them.
3.
1, we got 22, we got 18,
and 4.
we got number 2 and number 4.
Well, 2.
As I see it, we've got 4 types of squashes that have stripes on them.
So this is what I have so far. Was this an agreement? The ones that I bumped out to the right are the ones I thought we said.
Okay, Casper White, yes. Cinderella, yes. Golden Acorn, yes. Great White, yes. Italian Stripe is 18. Okay. I'm writing it down. Jack B. Little, okay. Jack-o'-lantern. Spaghetti. Yes. Swan White Acorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. 1,
Yeah,
2,
that's
3,
what I got.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I've got what you've got.
Okay, so you.
I think butternut. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking it is that one. Let me get to the picture.
20 or 24.
Let's see. I'm thinking 21.
Oh God.
I think it's 21.
Okay, 21.
21 is butternut.
We
All right.
but we will not be the only people who get that.
Well,
but you know how people though will not choose it because they think others
Well,
will choose it.
we don't have enough to make that kind. So there are, by the way, all right. So going back to colors, there are 3 that say black. And one says
Ooh,
black,
I like
and silver.
number 9 for black peanut.
9 for black.
but they're
peanut.
dark gray, green. They're not black at all.
Well, none of them are black.
Do you think 24 looks more like a peanut?
No.
It's more like an acorn.
What looks like a peanut here? I don't think.
I think the reason I would say that number 9 is black peanut is because peanut denotes something tiny and little, and number 9 is little.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't.
You call a little kid, hey, peanut.
Well,
I don't
again,
think
they're
it looks
assuming
like-
they're to scale, but we
I
don't
don't think
really
they're
know that.
black at all.
So there's 3 with black, but one says black and silver. That's pretty specific. Is number 2 black and silver?
I would like to tell you something that I told another group, and I'll tell everyone.
Uh-huh.
The illustrations are relatively to scale,
Okay,
right?
thank you.
Not exactly,
We
but
were
the big,
wondering.
yeah, relatively to scale.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Oh, so that number 12 is really that big compared to the other ones?
Number
Apparently.
12, I would have said is somebody's zucchini that they're trying to give
That's
me.
what I was thinking.
Yeah. So again, wait a minute. So there's a black and silver. Is that number 2? I can't tell the colors, but it's got 2 specific colors. There.
I'd be willing to go with that.
Number 4 looks like it could also be kind of
That-
silver.
Is that black and silver?
It's dark green and beige.
I put number 9 for black peanut, and number 8 is Jack B. Little. Those
All
are
right.
those are the 2 tiniest things here, and
All
I
right. So
think
9 is black
That's one too
peanut.
many though.
Well, then we could drop off. And what's the other one you just put, Gail?
Jack B. You already have it. Jack B. Little.
Oh, okay. And do you want to do the black and silver?
you want number 2 to
You know
be
what?
black and
There's
silver.
one called red curry. Could that be 27?
I like 27 for red curry. I really do.
27. See, I wouldn't have known that was red at all. Red curry.
It isn't
27.
red, but
What?
It's like a dark orange.
there's nothing on here that's red. So
Okay. Okay. So we have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so we need to take 2 off.
So we're going to keep going, or we're going to stop here and just drop 2 off?
Drop 2.
wait a minute, which ones have you got?
I have them on the
They're right on
screen.
the
Are you not looking at the screen?
No, I'm not looking at the screen.
Can you look at the
Really?
screen?
Well,
She's got a laptop, Rob. She's
I have to figure out, I gotta minimize this and minimize that and look for whatever it.
If you go back to the Zoom window,
Oh.
it's sharing the screen on Zoom.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I had to maximize it. All right, number
Table.
9, black peanut, number 21, butternut.
Okay, here's
Number
the first
5,
question.
that's
Is our
red.
strategy going to be to drop the common ones or the less common ones
I think
first?
we should take Cinderella out. That's probably the most obvious.
Well, there's also jack-o'-lantern and butternut that are really well.
on the other hand, people might do that, and we might be dropping the ones that we have correct and leaving ones that we really took a wild guess at. So that's the other part of it.
Wait, 13.
Right. So that's how you have to think about it. It could be either way, right?
I think you're absolutely right, because other than just a few of them, every one of them is just a wild kind of guess.
Do you
Right.
think that people are going to know these 10 easily?
Karl will know everything.
People surprise me with their knowledge.
Yeah.
Janine will know them.
Yes, she will.
Right.
11, 12. All right. So we got to drop 2
Deborah will
off.
know them too. So
So let's do one of each. Which one are we least sure of, and then say.
Well,
which one.
jack-o'-lantern is one that everybody's gonna.
I
put
think
in.
the one
Well,
we
that was
will
my
delete
second
is
question.
Casper White.
Which one are most people going to say? You think jack-o'-lantern? So I'll just take that off. Right?
And I would think that most people would know spaghetti squash, but then most people might take it off their list because they would say.
Right, right.
everyone
So
else is gonna-
my suggestion was to do one of one type and one of the other. So this one is because everyone's going to say it. And then I was saying, let's drop one that we're not sure of at all.
Okay, probably Casper White or Great White.
Where is that? Number 5 or number 13? Which do you think is the most
They're both kind of.
iffy?
Jane, what do you think? Robin?
I wonder if number 25 is buckskin.
Oh, now we're adding more. We weren't going to do that. 25.
Why
But-
would we not add more?
Because we just said, or are we going to do? We could call back any minute, and like I thought we were decided that was
Yeah,
the
I only have
process.
10.
Well, there's a bunch that are stripes. That you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, there were
There's no
3
way of telling which
stripes,
stripe
or
is
I
there.
think, weren't there 3 stripes or 2 stripes, and there
there's
were
mark stripe,
3 white.
there's Italian stripe.
But Robin, to answer your question, when we started this, I asked, all right, we have 12. Are we going to add more? Or are we going to start taking them off? And everyone said, we're going to start taking them off. And now you're adding more. So we're changing what we agreed to. That's why. I mean, you want to do that? Are you sure 25 more than any of the ones we got on here?
We need to take one more off our list to be at
Yeah,
10.
let's take one off.
Which is the one that we think we don't know is at least likely we know.
Yeah. The most
Giant
wild guess,
stripe?
the most wild guess of the ones on there. Which would that be?
I think it's either one of the Casper White, the Great White, or the Italian stripe.
Well, we don't have Italian stripe.
Yeah, we do.
There's
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. Number 18, Italian stripe, right there. See the screen?
number
Do
18.
do you feel better about the red curry than you do about the stripes? Or the whites?
I think the more obscure we get, the better we're gonna come out because of mono rules.
Oh.
Like I like number 1 for Green Hubbard.
But you're not listening.
No, I'm not.
We agreed to take one off for mono rules, which was a jack-o'-lantern, and then we were going to take off one that we weren't sure about.
Oh, I
But
love
everyone
it.
else is gonna have
People are
spaghetti squash.
hilarious. People are so fun. I'm gonna just sit here and watch it. Rob versus Robin.
Trying to agree on something, and I think we have an agreement, and then it gets changed again. So we're taking off spaghetti squash.
You want to take off a common
I
one?
think we should take off spaghetti squash because everyone will get that
1,
one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10. Does anybody want to replace one of these with something else? That we
I wonder-
haven't picked yet. Farmers Market. There's a whole bunch of orange ones. Farmers Market, light orange, orange Hubbard, orange Yeti.
Orange Hubbard. So we're not doing Cinderella number 10.
We got less than a minute. We're going away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay, so we're
6, 7, 8. Yeah, we are doing Cinderella. We have number 10. Are you not watching the screen?
No, I'm looking at the picture. I can only do one thing at a time on my. I can't look at the Zoom and the picture at the same time.
All right. Well, we got no time left, so we're done with whatever the list is. So look at it.
Okay,
take a
you're in
picture
charge
of
then,
it.
Rob. I'm not in charge of.
Or I want people to back
tallying
me
our
up.
score.
So somebody who has it, take a screenshot or something, or take a picture with
I'm
your
working, I
phone.
agree. I'm just going through my list to make sure I have
Okay.
Tan Stripe. We can't. Jack B. Little. We
Number
can't.
Now the problem is, of
butternut?
course, they're not in numeric order. So when we say them, that's going to be a little weird to do. 5, 6, 8. I think I could do it. Okay.
What do we
Okay. Good luck.
Are we not?
I got it in screen. Oh, look, there it is. Got it in 5.
Yay.
Okay,
Welcome
y'all.
back.
So each team has one person who's going to be your spokesperson. So we're going to start with a team, and you're going to give your number and name of the squash to Karen, and Karen's going to tell you if it is correct or not. And then after if she says it's correct, then the other teams will say if they got it on their team or not. Okay, easy peasy. If we do it together, we can do this quickly. It's really fun. Okay, so we're going to start with the team that has the lowest score, which is a tie. So we're going to say, let's go with a 14-year-old diabetic cat. So that's Kyle, Leonard, Mike, and Ron. So who's your representative on your team?
Get away,
Kyle should be you,
Kyle.
right?
Yep.
Kyle?
Yes. Can you not
Okay,
hear
so-
me?
Yes,
Kyle.
Kyle is going to say his 10 one at a time, and Karen's going to tell you one at a time if it's correct or not. And then after she says if it's correct, the other team representatives can say they got it or not. So go ahead, Kyle.
Right. 3, Jack O' Lantern.
That is correct.
Anybody else get that?
We
Yes.
didn't choose it.
Wait, Rob,
We knew it, but didn't
are you
choose
paying
it.
attention?
Yeah, I'm paying attention. We had it and we took
Right.
it off until
But
the last
Wendy
minute.
and Zeke, that's exactly what happens, right? People think
Yeah.
everyone will have
Yeah.
jack-o'-lantern,
Yeah.
and
There
they
we go.
missed it.
Okay, very good.
All right.
So
Yep.
good point for you. Okay, go ahead, Kyle.
5, Casper White.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. 6, Swan White Acorn.
Incorrect.
Wow, we have all the same incorrects you do.
11, Farmer Mark's Light Orange.
Correct.
Anybody else have that? Point to Kyle's
All
team.
right.
All right.
Number 12, Black Futsu.
Incorrect.
Number 24, Black Peanut.
Incorrect.
Number 23, Farmer Mark's Wacky Green.
Incorrect.
That's Susan's nickname.
Number 20, Golden Acorn.
Correct.
We have that.
For 20?
We had Golden Acorn too. Yes.
Yeah,
for
we too.
20.
Yeah.
Number
that-
13, a great white.
We had that.
We
And
had
we
that
had
as well.
And number 14, the spaghetti squash.
Correct.
Yep, we had it.
That's when we
Okay,
took
so
off.
how many points is that for you guys, Kyle?
2.
All right. Oh, I love this game.
No,
I
I
like
do
it
not.
when it gets like this. Okay. So very good. Now we're going to go to International Skeptics of Mystery. So Rob is going to ask the ones that are remaining on our.
Yeah. Okay. So we have left number 8, Jack B. Little.
Correct.
Yep, we had it.
Oh, bastards. Number 9, Black Peanut.
Incorrect.
Oh. Number 10, Cinderella.
Correct.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah, we had it.
Oh, Mano. Number 18, Italian Stripe.
Incorrect.
2 more.
Which one was that one?
18.
18. Number
18.
21, Butternut.
Correct.
We had it.
We had it.
Oh. Hope Mano's ears are burning. Red curry is 27.
We had it.
Incorrect. For 20.
Oh, it's
Incorrect,
incorrect.
and
We
we
got
had
a
it.
big fat 0. Thank you, Mano.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's so fun. Okay. So who's the representative for Peggy didn't mention Angela Lansbury?
I will be.
Okay, Ben, go for it.
All right. We have black and silver 9.
For 9. Incorrect.
Ah,
Karen likes saying that.
okay. Casper White 6.
Correct.
We had it.
It's like playing
We
the
don't
game.
get it either.
It's like playing the game sorry, sorry. Go back to the beginning.
Okay, let's see. Let me skip all those. Green Hubbard 15.
15. Incorrect.
Ah.
Well, we had it anyway, so.
Well, there you go. It's wrong for you too.
Incorrect.
Same damn wrong
How
answer.
about Orange Hubbard 28?
8. Incorrect.
Oh man, we're not doing so good this round. All right. Swan White Acorn 25.
25. Correct.
Yay. Anyone? Oh my Lord, we got a point.
Got a point.
Quick, give me my point.
Lordy.
All right.
Table Queen Acorn 24.
24. Please repeat what you said.
Table Queen Acorn 24.
Oh, correct.
Yay.
Oh, anyone?
Let's pick that.
What?
Yeah, we got it.
Darn it. I hate everyone. No. All right, so we got a whopping 1 point.
Ooh.
All
We're
right.
slaughtering everybody with our
Infinity
2.
more than us.
I love my rules. Okay. Can you spell subpoena?
Oh, we have, God, it's hard to read all this scrawl after all these crossouts. So number 14, spaghetti.
Correct.
Wasn't that said before?
Yes. I thought, no, we took it off our list, Rob.
Yeah, somebody said that.
Yeah.
Didn't know?
No.
Yeah, we had it on, we had. it on-
Somebody else had, I thought, I heard somebody else.
We had it right,
It's been
Kyle.
we had
mentioned
it.
before.
Everybody had
Okay.
spaghetti 14.
No, we have 18 delicata.
Correct.
And we had it.
We've got 26 sugar pie.
Correct.
And we had it.
Oh, you bastards. 29 orange Getty.
Repeat that, please.
29 orange, something like orange Getty, orange spaghetti thing.
Orangetti. It's
Correct.
orangetti.
It's correct.
Correct.
Thank you.
Oh.
Anybody else have that?
Nobody else got it?
Whoa. Squeaking by with a 1.
Point. A palpable point.
Is that one? Is that it? You have more pages?
That it was our last not crossed out answer. Yeah.
Okay, so Hurricane Travelers, you shouldn't have much left on your list.
We only have 2 that we haven't already crossed off. 15 black and silver
Correct.
15.
and 16 buckskin.
Which number?
16.
Incorrect.
Okay, so we had one.
Okay, I want to show this to you.
I'd say that name is incorrect because 15 does not look black. It looks green to me. I'm
There's no
sorry.
black things on there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going
9
to
looks way more
Go
black.
ahead.
I'm going to share screen and show you something. Where is it? Right here.
It's gonna be a Rick roll. Watch.
No, it's not. No, it's just the picture with the numbers.
Okay.
The
names?
answers. There we
And the
go.
names?
Yeah. Share screen, and I'll also put it in the chat. So here we go through here. How come I can't make this smaller? Let me see. Zoom in. Oh. Okay. That's it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut and paste it in here. I'll do it by number, and I'll also do it by alpha, because I did see some people that were writing their numbers next to the names.
That's a peanut? That's massive.
Which one's the peanut?
12?
What?
There's a
Yeah,
peanut
because
in
of the
shape.
shape of it.
Oh.
And it's
shaped
not
like a
black
peanut.
either. It's green.
I could see that.
In the
yeah.
shell.
In the shell. Yeah, peanut shell.
And then we move this, and then we'll do this here.
Okay, interesting.
I hate pumpkins and squash now.
Yes.
You know what?
Me too,
I
Peggy.
thought that was
Soup is
sugar
great though.
pie. I
Can't
got
wait for the
that.
soup.
And you didn't
had-
include my favorite, which is sweet meat.
Oh, there's so many. There's so
I
many.
know, there's
There
so
it is.
many.
Karen?
So we were all saying
Karen.
Janine's gonna know all of these.
Yes.
Did you know all of
Yes.
them, Janine?
Where's
No.
butter? Where's
Karen.
butter?
Karen,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
can you
Yes.
make that big enough so I can read the words that are next to the pictures?
Well, I will try. Let me tell you though that in the chat I listed them by
Right, but I want to see them next to the pictures if I can. That other
Try
direction.
clicking on the 100%.
There
thing
you
and
go. There we go.
up to the
That'll
side.
work. And then if you can just like, yeah.
Roll up, so we can
have
see the
one
bottom.
is Farmer's Mark Wacky Green, then 2 Carnival, 3 Jack-o'-lantern, 4 Sweet Dumpling, Jaradale,
Baby bear.
Oh, we got the butternut right.
Casper
That's
Watt, Cha-Cha Kabocha,
Yeah.
Jackie Little, Black Butsu, Cinderella. You see the difference between 10 and 11. You guys, I can see the mix up with Cinderella. Farmer's Mark Light, Black Peanut, Great White, Spaghetti, Black and Silver,
Oh, that was the buckskin.
Galou Destine, Buckskin,
That was striped. Mark Stripe is 31. That's not striped.
Delicata, Baby Bear, Italian Stripe.
That's how I thought that one.
No,
was.
I thought Italian Stripe would be 18. Baby Bear.
I think 23 looks like a cartoon bomb.
Yeah.
There's a hand grenade. yeah.
Totally.
That look like a
Oh,
hand
that one
grenade.
does look
Hand
like an
grenade.
orange. Yeah, that's
And-
good.
It's named badly.
So
Yeah,
if you
well-
want to, view, because Peggy, this is for Peggy especially, if you want to view Chef Lindsay Jean Hard's article, so what's the difference between pumpkin and squash? Don't let your gourd down. It's time to get serious about pumpkins. Then you would visit that link.
Thank
And then-
you.
And then finally, if you are interested in purchasing this artwork from the artist, I do not know her at all, but her name is Kimi Dalimore, and all this can be yours. You can have this on your wall. Again, Peggy and Ben, because I know they love this category so much. And you can have it for 14 pounds. For 14 pounds.
Oh, Nancy. Oh, that's hilarious.
14 pounds of what?
14 pounds of sterling silver and free shipping, but you have to move to the UK.
14 pounds of pumpkin squash.
You want to know?
I wouldn't pay 14 shillings for it.
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
very pretty. Look at that. And they've got the art up on their table. And the walls is orange too. Isn't that gorgeous?
Where was this a link that you shared?
Yeah,
there?
she put it in
Wait,
there
so
for Etsy.
do we have the
Oh.
final scores yet? And what
Oh,
were
you
they-
want to know your final
What do
score?
you
go
get
home.
when you take a jack-o'-lantern and divide it by the circumference?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, that's funny.
Genius.
I told that one last year too. No one remembered except Carl.
Oh my God, share screen, hold on. Okay, so you guys ready to see who the winners are? Is everybody sitting down?
I think we know.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Everybody got one or two, right?
One.
Yeah.
No change.
Nobody got two.
One got
No, we
zero.
got
Yeah,
two.
somebody got two.
Oh, you got two.
We got two.
I forgot that.
Your answer.
Hey,
Hurricane
Vincent, you
Traveler.
won.
Woohoo!
Very
Yay.
good.
He'll be so
Ready to go,
excited when
Hurricane
he...
Travelers.
Wow, good game,
All right,
Vincent.
good job, team. I
Kyle,
tell
every
you.
time you curse your own team, that's why you lose.
Once in a while. Once
My
in a
team
Only
got
when he
zero.
curses a category.
Yeah.
My team got zero. Yeah.
Where are you sharing that? I can't find it.
I even put in a gimme for Susan.
Yeah, but two other
What
teams or
point?
three other teams got that one too.
And you
Are
got
you
one
sharing the
winner.
score sheet?
Yeah,
Where is it?
on my
On the
screen.
I can't
Your
find it.
screen, Gail, you probably have something on your screen that isn't this.
Well,
Yeah.
I've just taken everything off my screen, but I probably took you
Go
off.
go find your link for Zoom and click
There
on
it is. Okay, I minimized it. I don't
There you
think I-
go. There you go.
Okay.
So really, if you take 5 points off of there, is really how bad we all scored.
And I really needed to see that because I haven't been on a winning team forever.
Yay.
This is
Yay,
Gail
Gail.
right
Yay,
there.
Gail.
And nobody's
Gail.
going to be more surprised about this than
Than
the
Chippy.
people who aren't here. Kevin, you get most of the credit for that.
The average
Yeah.
score in the bonus is lovely.
Okay, so this is wrong.
That's Mano rules.
21.
Yeah, that's
my rules,
Mano.
too.
I love it. Isn't that fun? And that went fast.
He hasn't been
Mono's
around
fast.
for an age.
But we would have scored like 6 or 7 without that, and so would everybody else.
Yeah.
So it
Where
wouldn't have made
where
much of a
where is
difference.
Mano? What's
I
going on?
wrote
with
him an email. He doesn't have Facebook, and I said, "Hey, what's going on? We'd like to have you come back. We've made up a rule called Mono Rule." He says,
I think he
"I'll
knows
get
about
back to
No,
it."
we
No, he
called
made
it
up the rule.
when he
explained
did
it.
it, when he was here, we told him we're gonna call that Mono's rules from now on.
That's probably why he's disappeared.
And that's when he left, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
did you
way,
invite
way
us
to drop
the
that
party?
bomb and leave.
There was too
I
much
did
pressure.
I did last week.
How can you live
I
up to
suppose I
that?
could do it again.
You sent him an email, right? Like I said, right?
Oh, Mano, no, I haven't. I forgot about Mano.
Okay, so I gave you a link, so you can ask him if he wants to show up. Tell him we'd love to have him, even though he hasn't shown up lately.
You
but-
gave me a link.
And I gave you his email.
Is it you just did? Can you message it to me?
Yeah.
That would be better. Then I won't lose it.
Susan,
so it
you
doesn't
wanted
have
me
his
to,
name.
you wanted me to open the spreadsheet?
Yeah, make sure it works for you.
How did you, how do I get to it? I never
I
got
sent
any
you-
sort
I
of
sent
link
you
from
it.
you.
Is it
How?
Your email?
through your email?
Which
I
email? I
gotta
never
head
got
out. I've
anything
gotta get
from
up
you.
in 20
And
minutes.
it's
So
hard
Okay,
time for-
bye.
Oh gosh.
see you
Night.
guys next week
Night,
or
Ron.
whoever's still
Yeah.
around.
Good to see
Oh,
ya.
that one. Okay.
Okay, so this is it. MXS. So it doesn't say his name. Okay, I just sent it to you, Peggy. MX.
Thank you. I got it.
Okay, 24. Yeah, that's it. All right. So do we have next week taken care of? I'm not sure we do. No, we
When
need
did you
a
send it to
bonus
me?
and a round. I have Peggy, Caspian, Kevin. Who's gonna
Could have
be
been
on
around
this?
8 or so, Ben.
Do you
Unless
wanna-
Susan got typed the address, spelled the address wrong.
You got it though, right?
No,
Oh, okay. I'll
I
send
do,
it.
I do not have an email from you.
Okay, so I need to fill up tomorrow. I mean, next week. I'm waiting for.
Susan, what is the schedule on SciCon this Thursday?
We're gonna be, there's people who you can go to the
Workshops.
Do
workshops if you went. And then there's food, and then there's people gathering, and then you go into the big room where everybody's like has hors d'oeuvres, and then they do like, isn't that when they're gonna interview Neil deGrasse Tyson or something? And
Yeah,
open-
8:30, I
keynote.
think.
And that's gonna be at the same time as this group, right?
Basically.
Yeah. Something like that. Okay. Okay, I'm sending it to you from Facebook Messenger, Ben.
Okay, thank you.
So Thursday is not gonna be a time where we're gonna be probably around. So I still need
2 more or it's gonna be really awkward next week. Karen says she'll do it. Thank you, Karen's such a trooper. I need a bonus.
Somebody
that
could
Mike?
somebody could send us a bonus even if they're not here.
But then who would do it? Oh, no, you know what? I take that back. You're only gonna have, oh, you could still go 5 rounds just with three teams. You're probably only gonna have 3 teams.
I have a bonus that I could share with somebody to do for next
Because
week.
we need somebody on that team to play it.
Yeah.
So, or should we just do 3 rounds next week?
No,
Okay.
we've already messed up the average.
We'll just have a
So-
handicap.
Robin,
for-
send
for
it.
next
Yeah.
week.
I'll do the bone. We'll figure it out. I won't
We'll
look
figure
at it.
something to figure it out. So the
You want me
following,
to send, I'll send you the bonus
I
DM.
won't look at it. We'll figure out something.
okay, so
Aye.
next week, so the week after that, which would be October 27th, I have Rob. Is there anybody else who will be coming back from SciCon that wants to do a round?
What about Caspian? Did you put him on for next
I
week?
put him on for next week and I just texted him, said you got a category next week because you're supposed to be tonight, but he hasn't
Yeah, because
responded.
he doesn't go to SciCon, right?
No, he's not going. So how about
So
Gail?
I'm
will do
looking,
a round? Okay, Gail.
I'm looking at your spreadsheet, Susan.
Okay, yeah, I see you. It says it's calling you a anonymous dingo. I do that. Okay, Gail, you can do a round on October 27th, right?
Right.
Okay. Oh,
If
yes.
you give me Ron Steiner's contact, I can forward Robin's bonus to him to do.
Okay, well, he's in the Ron is in Facebook.
We
Messenger.
won, woohoo!
What?
Oh.
I'm in the spreadsheet, so I gave our team like 100 points for round 3.
Yay!
Oh, look at that.
Hey,
No
I had
doubt,
to, I
I'm
had
sure
to
the
make
screen,
sure I
Ben.
could edit the spreadsheet, right?
You're
So
messing up the average.
You guys
there,
got
huh?
121 points. That's amazing.
all right, let me
Power
put that back
always corrupts.
there.
Yeah, okay, so
And absolute
Ron
power
Steiner's
corrupts
on
absolutely.
Facebook.
Exactly.
Messenger, I don't have his email, so
Okay, I'll ask Jane Felton or Ron Steiner if they can do it.
okay. So the following week, are we okay? We're gonna do Gail and Rob, I'm sorry. And Gail and Rob. And
Well, I just did one this week, but I can certainly do one that week if you want.
yeah, of course you can. That'll be skipping a week. And Karl and Kevin,
No, I'm doing one next week.
you're gonna do it again too.
Okay, 2 in a
Yeah,
row?
I need because I won't be here. We need a bonus.
Okay, just not bonuses, because if you get bonuses, it's gonna be like cartoon cats or something.
Okay, I need a bonus from somebody.
They're no worse than squash and pumpkins.
Okay, Peggy. All right, Peggy, thank you for volunteering. You have bonus
No,
on
I'm
the
doing,
weekend.
I'm doing next. No, I'm doing next week.
Yeah, but you can do a bonus the following week.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for
Cartoon
volunteering.
pumpkins.
And not pumpkins. You know you
Squash and
can.
pumpkins instead
You
of
actually can. We could do these over again because if you're using Mano rules, it's a whole different game because they could be.
No.
You
God.
can
That's
pick.
painful, that's painful.
You can
No,
pick.
what we could do is, I could do next week, like one category, and then the following week, do the same category.
And
Again,
everybody will
the
have
people who
forgotten.
wasn't there get to do my category. And then the people other people are on my team who did it the week.
I'm leaving it to Ben to
Okay.
figure this out.
Okay, next
Yes,
week.
if
all
I'm running
Mono
the
rules.
show, Mono Rules is banned next week. I'm telling you now.
Got it.
Well,
Got
it
it.
was fun.
No.
Ben, so what I want you
It's
to
not
do,
when there's 50
not for the
answers.
people that have to answer the questions.
Ben, so when you sign on next time, make sure you
Uh-huh.
hit record and everybody remind them so that, and just record it to the cloud. And when the
Okay.
game's over, just email me the link.
So are
And-
you setting up the game and then just giving me powers, or am I
Yeah.
getting your login to start the whole thing?
One of the two.
Okay, it doesn't matter to me. Like I just didn't know how much time you were gonna have to get things set up, so.
Well, you know what? Why don't I just give you the login? Because that would make it easier.
I'm sorry, that was supposed to be in my head.
Okay.
You said
And
the
your social
quiet
security
part out
number
loud.
and
Yeah, exactly.
Use this. you can-
American Express number.
uh-huh.
just in case. I mean, what if my plane goes down or something?
Mother's maiden name?
Back.
How
Takes,
dare you say
Robin
such
and
things,
myself
Susan?
and Deborah and Mark with it. Okay, let's see. Well, you know, have you guys found
We're
that?
all on the same plane, so.
Yeah, so that'll be bad.
So that would be very bad.
Okay,
Didn't
so
want
here it is. Here's
Now
my,
think how we'd feel.
you'd be dead.
Well,
Have
for
you
a little
guys
while.
have you heard the Rachel Maddow show? She's doing an 8th season podcast. She's come out with 2 already. And it's
Yeah,
called,
it's the Ultra.
it is
Ultra, yeah.
amazing.
I mean, it's really.
What's it on?
being
What,
like-
It's
is it on
American history.
MSNBC?
It's American history that no one ever taught us.
So there's my email. There's the
And I will
password.
tell you,
I have the
was so
power.
discouraged about what was going on now. And after listening to that and seeing that it isn't unprecedented. In fact, almost everything that's happening now has happened before.
Yeah.
We survived it. I'm now more confident that we're going to survive this one.
Yeah, and that's what, and Rachel Maddow, Gail, move your camera so we can see you now.
Oh, sorry.
We're looking at your chairs. That's what Rachel Maddow said on an interview today. She was saying, or yesterday, she was saying, for some reason, it's kind of comforting to know that this has all been attempted armed insurrection with religious groups, armed insurrections, and somehow we survived it, except it looks like they took a plane down with them. And that is so interesting. Can you imagine the senator got it? So it's a mystery. We don't know. We're only on the second episode, but it's apparently has to do with this senator, and Nazis had bought off a whole bunch of senators. And so these Nazis were actually writing the propaganda that this is happening in 1940, 41.
Where is this podcast?
It's called Ultra. You can find it in any podcast.
It's Rachel Maddow. She
Rachel Maddow, MSNBC Ultra.
Yeah, Ultra.
Find it. It's
It's
MSNBC/Ultra. If you
It
look for
drops-
Rachel Maddow, you get her show, and that's a podcast.
Drops every Monday, and there's only 8, but the premise is it's true history, and we've forgotten it was 1940, and the world was getting, Nazis were whatever, and America did not want to go to war, and then a lot of Americans didn't want to go to war, and so there was a bunch of senators who were saying we don't want to go to war, and actually the Nazis are pretty good, and we should probably be their friends. And there was all kinds of propaganda, and there was a radio show from this priest, pastor, who was so anti-Semitic.
He's a priest. He is a priest.
Father
And
Kaufman.
I saw the building, the little flower where he did it, because it's in Royal Oak, Michigan, right? And I knew he existed, and I knew he was popular, but I had no idea.
He was like uber popular. They said it was, the millions of people listened to this radio show, and at a time when there was only 60 million people living in America or something. It was an incredible amount of number. The influence, it was huge Christian, anti-Jewish. It was amazing. They had these people with guns, and they were being funded by Christians and Nazis, and it was like now kind of the feeling. And so what ends up happening is there's a senator, he's the center of the story, and I'm not giving anything away because this is what you learn in the very first episode, is the guy is sitting at his desk and he's crying, weeping, and his secretary walks in and says, "What the heck's going on?" And he says, "I can't tell you, I've gone too far." And so he says, "I need you to drive me to the airport because I got to get to Michigan."
Going home to
Michigan.
Going home to Minnesota.
Minnesota. That's it.
Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah,
Michigan
it's going
was
to
great.
Minnesota. So he gets on because he's got to give this speech, and he gets on the plane, and there's eyewitnesses that said there was a fight going on the plane. And there was how many people on the plane?
25.
Not very many. It was like
25, and they all died.
And so there's 25 people on the plane, 1 flight attendant and the 2 pilots. And there's no reason for this plane to go down. The weather was but they're a brand new plane, expert pilots. And then they find out that there were several, what was it, an FBI?
FBI agents on the plane.
There were several people on that plane that very suspiciously on that plane, also
Was it
dead.
Wellstone?
Wellstone?
No, this is long
No.
before that.
And
It
then
was
they 40
much earlier.
And then they
Yeah.
ended up there was a policeman at the time said that there was a tuffle on, they were like fighting.
Somebody, yeah, they were like, passengers were fighting with each other.
Right. And when the plane went down, it went boom. Like there was no problems with the mechanics. The plane just went down like somebody had steered it to the ground. And this, I'm not gonna talk.
Stewardess had written on a piece of paper that the plane's going down.
Handwritten by the flight attendant, and they survived the plane crash.
And also the hard copy of that senator's speech that he was going to write, or that he was going to give, and it had been written for him, ghost written by a Nazi agent.
And that survived the crash too. When
And
they
that
found
survived
the
the
crash site,
Very strange.
it was, things were, how do I say
Like the people's bodies.
well, don't
were-
say too much, it's too graphic.
Okay, it
pretty
was,
awful.
it was, I mean, like clearly very strange. that
Shoes,
these pieces
shoes
of
were still
paper survived
tied.
the crash,
The shoe was still tied and the foot was in the shoe.
but detached from the body. I've heard of
Amazing.
that happening before.
Well, so some things survived, which was really strange, like pieces of paper. And so all we know is this guy's weeping. And we don't know why. And so,
Is
like I said,
this-
we're only on episode 2. It's the
Is this more like just factual? Give the facts, or is it told like a radio drama type?
no
But
factual.
no, it's like Rachel
It's Rachel
Maddow, she
Maddow.
tells these
Really
stories
well
in her news presentation, like she strings together a story about the facts of some like usually political article that she's talking about. She has an interesting delivery about the news, and she was interviewed by Chris Hayes on his show, and she explains how she ended up only working Monday nights now, and so she can do these other things like this podcast. The one that she did before,
Bagman? I never heard it.
yeah, Bagman. I remember that administration. I knew nothing about that conflict. Pardon?
It's Agnew.
Agnew was
You're right.
literally using the
I'm gonna
White
have to go
House
back and listen to it because I know nothing about that history.
Oh, it's hilarious. I mean, the guy was such scum, and when he was, like a politician in his state, he had all these people paying him off in exchange for political favors, and he was doing the same thing in the White House.
Yeah, and this had nothing to do with Watergate. It was just him being.
Was just at the same time.
They got him to resign because they couldn't do Watergate until he resigned, or he would have become president.
That's right. Chris Hayes.
And this always reminds me, I think it was Mark Twain, wasn't it, who said that history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And that's what this is about. I mean, we've gone through all of this stuff, and she's digging up all that history that we haven't seen. And we so far seem to be surviving them. So I think maybe we have a chance of surviving this one too.
Well, I think,
and it was really comforting to hear this, because it was every bit as bad as now. I mean, we literally have people in this country who want to live in a dictatorship. And
Yeah,
we're working to do it.
and they do now too, but they don't know what they
Yeah, they have no idea what they're talking about. They
Well,
have no
they're
idea what
nuts. They're not there.
No,
So-
they want freedom and patriotism. And freedom means I want the freedom to tell everybody else to do what I want. And this is the dictator who will do it for me.
It's incredible. So did you guys hear the hearing today? Everybody watch it?
Oh,
I watched, and then plus I watched several. I fell asleep finally because of it. I was watching all of the
the aftertakes from the
the news reports, which were good because I think some of those reporters caught things that I didn't by listening to it. But boy, that was, if it is
the video. Oh my God, the video of Nancy Pelosi, and they're in that
of
in
the
locker room.
legislators.
Can you imagine When they were showing on that video, this was while it was happening. She had no idea what was going to be happening.
They're
in the next
breaking
few
the
hours.
windows.
Yet she is calm and systematic.
was
and she's
amazing.
I mean, I was awed by her.
I was too. The
actual
strength of
video
that
was
woman.
happening at the time when she doesn't know what's going to happen.
She's just
And
sitting there going,
The
okay,
videographer was her
I'm going to
daughter.
call so-and-so. Let's try calling the Maryland police. Okay, let's try calling this people. She was calm and she and
The
she
mayor of DC, she was going to try to get the mayor of Washington, DC to send.
and nobody thought, nobody said, let's call the president, because they all knew he was responsible. Every single one of them. And then they had Mike Pence on the phone. He had Mike Pence on the speakerphone. That was surreal. And Mike Pence is like, okay, well, we think we could probably, oh my gosh. And then they're like, okay, how long can we get this place cleaned up so that we can get back in there? And Nancy
Yeah, they were
Pelosi's
telling
like,
about what
they
was
were making,
smeared all
they
over.
were defecating in there. I
Yeah.
think we could get that cleaned up pretty darn quick.
That's what she
I
said.
was like, oh my gosh, what in the world?
And Mike Pence might have absolutely saved the country because he knew the day before that they were out to get him. And when he said, I will not get in that car.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was not, I thought it was just he was smart. I think he knew that he better not get in
But
that
did you
car.
think, because I still don't know, when he says I'm not getting in that car, do you think he meant, I thought he didn't want to get in the car because he was afraid that it would take him away from the Capitol, not bring him back, and then they couldn't certify. He wasn't thinking he was going to be taken away and killed or anything, did you?
No, he thought that they were taking him away to stop them from being able to certify the election. And the plan seems to have been that Trump was going to go there because, of course, he clearly planned to be there, and they were going to take over the government, and he was going to announce that he was still president. And they weren't going, and they weren't going to have. They were going to have the artificial, the unreal electors then elect them.
Yeah,
but
it didn't work partly because Pence wouldn't cooperate.
Wouldn't
He
leave.
didn't leave because if he said if he got in that car, they were going to take him away.
And then they would.
yeah, and the thing is that he would run as a Republican, and the Republicans wouldn't vote for him. So, I mean, my opinion, and
Who
and
are we talking about?
Me up here, Wendy.
No, who wouldn't run? I don't understand what you're saying.
If Pence ran for president, he would run as a Republican, and the Republicans wouldn't vote for him.
He has no, I don't think he has any desire to be president, but he had every desire to not be the source that said
by Peggy
that Trump is now dictator.
He's the other thing they were saying is that, they lost all the text messages, but they found they're deleted, or they just aren't, they don't exist
Not to be
anymore.
found.
But they found the emails and the
text messages. They found text messages
There's
on
some
the
text
field
messages they
officer.
showed.
I think the Secret Service didn't want that to be known because they did a poor job of protecting the Capitol. They left those police officers at the Capitol without adequate backup or munitions. And they
Not the Secret Service's job to do. It's not the Secret
I
Service.
know, but they could have warned them, getting very strong.
Everybody was being warned. But there
intel.
are Secret Service people that are Trumpets, and Trump demands loyalty.
It was
Not all
amazing.
Secret Service.
It
but
was
there are
amazing that they didn't
planned
have that
last
take with all the warnings they had. It was not taken seriously, and it's just like another day. Here's the Capitol Police going to work. Hi, honey. Kiss, kiss. I'll see you later. I'll see you after work. I'm gonna go to work today. And they knew.
The federal government knew, and they didn't give them enough ammunition or munitions. They didn't reinforce, call in extra police officers, and they knew that day it was going to be violent. Secret Service knew that. And of course, if it wasn't Trump in the office, then they probably would have disseminated the information correctly. But Trump didn't want to believe the Secret Service.
What I had heard some weeks ago was that it was Trump's way to demand loyalty from people who work for him, and that he made sure that whoever was on his Secret Service detail was loyal to him and not to the Constitution. And I know it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but I have wondered if some of those Secret Service agents were that they didn't carry through to protect the Capitol because they wanted to cooperate.
I don't think it's a Secret Service's job to protect the Capitol. They're assigned to certain
That's
people.
a Capitol Police.
They're
The
assigned to certain
Secret
people.
Service
Yeah,
only
but
protect the
it's
president
giving
and the
them
vice president.
But if they knew that there was going to be if they knew that there was an insurrection, wouldn't they have forwarded that information?
Yeah, to give them the information, give the Capitol Police the information.
I think they read it all off. They were
would know
reading all the text messages saying, please, 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 somebody take this seriously.
Yeah,
right.
And
Just getting
remember,
into
it was the
conspiracy.
Secret Service
And
that
they
wouldn't
didn't.
let Trump go to the Capitol. He wanted to go to the
yeah.
Capitol.
So
and
it's not the Secret
Service
Service.
didn't let him go.
Well, also, their main goal is to protect the president. They may only have been doing that to protect the president,
That is their
not
job.
to keep him
What
out.
Rob
not
said is
to
absolutely
keep him
correct.
leading.
Their job is to protect the president.
That's it.
And not to
That's
keep
it.
him from leading the
Yeah,
riot.
they have nothing to do with the
But in
Capitol.
this case, they weren't protecting him. They weren't letting him do what he wanted to do.
Right,
Yeah,
and they
They've
were
been told
protecting
to not
him.
let him do
No,
it.
I
So
think
which
they were
agency
protecting him.
was getting the warnings.
But yeah, the thing is, they would have the duty to relay this information to the Capitol Police
Well, they did,
They
because they showed the
did.
text messages.
very
Today.
strongly.
They
If
were. They were
look,
like,
this is what's
"Please."
going on right now, you
They're
guys.
like,
This
take
is going on
it
right now.
seriously, and they didn't take it seriously. I think we're losing. We're getting ready to go. My
Yeah,
point
I
is
think so.
that it was. If you haven't watched this last hearing, you probably should. It's so powerful.
You
This
can get
video
it all
they
on
showed.
YouTube.
Yeah, they're all on
It's all on
YouTube. You
YouTube.
should- and all the commentary afterwards. It was. I couldn't watch it all the way through. I kept getting interrupted and stuff, and it was so. I almost feel like I have to go back and watch it all over again.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
did you,
yeah,
did-
totally.
I was off at the
Sure.
beginning of this conversation and actually I missed most of it. Did you guys talk about the Supreme Court decision also?
That
No, but
no,
that
we
was a
didn't.
Well, that
good
they're
one.
not going to
And not a
cooperate with
surprise.
Trump.
He gave
They're not
him
gonna get
one
what he
sentence. It was Thomas.
Yeah, it was
Clarence
F you, it
Thomas,
was basically
one
F
sentence.
you Trump, and that was from Ginny Thomas's husband. That was amazing.
That was surreal. Yeah, there's so much that happened today, and Danny Masterson.
I'm gonna go
over in
too.
Vegas too. in
Thank you for
Scientology.
waking
Good
me up,
night.
Susan.
All right.
Good
All
night,
right,
people.
guys.
Everybody.
I'm glad I got to
I'll see you guys later. You guys
See
have
you.
a really good time who are not at
See you at
Psychon.
Psychon.
Okay, who's
Yep.
See you
not?
at
You guys,
Psychon.
I'm dying to see your video, so do something fun.
And I'll see you on Monday, Susan.